when it comes to the actual global spiritual awakening, when it comes to the spiritual awakening on a global scale, this week, and I'm talking about the weekend between the 23rd and 29th of September 2019, it is going to be very interesting indeed. The things are getting really, really bizarre. Things are getting really strange. Things are getting really scary around the world. There is a picture that's painted and this picture is fake. There is a picture that's painted and this picture is not real. And the way they do this, these elites, the way they do this, these people behind the scene, people in the background who are controlling the whole thing, who are playing with every single one of us, who are creating our destinies, who are creating our past, who are trying to change everything in order to confuse us more and more and more. What they are working on right now, really like senselessly, what they are working on right now is to confuse people even further. What they're trying to do, they're trying to bring lots of changes, they're trying to confuse people, they're trying to make people go mentally unwell, literally, and they're even more so picking on those people who are very sensitive, those people who are very uncertain, those people who are very confused. You know, all these people have got exposed energy, and all these people are very sensitive in many different ways, and this is what the elites are actually doing. They're picking on these particular people, they're picking on the people that are literally mentally unwell, they're picking on people who are completely uncertain, but also at the same time they're using all sorts of techniques, and the techniques that they're using is what I said before, and I'm going to say it again. It's to do with the mind control, it's to do with the food we eat, it's to do with the brainwashing, but it's also to do with like basically people being talked into these things. Like some people may not want to necessarily act in that particular way, but they get scared. Like people get scared, you know, they get like bullied, you know, especially in this particular rather devilish industry. The biggest devilish industry that I am talking about, of course, it's going to be Hollywood, but it's not only Hollywood in the United States of America. It is the actual entertainment industry around the world. The entertainment industry around the world is not real. The entertainment industry around the world are not real, and they're all playing a part in confusing people. They're all playing a part in tricking people in the particular area, to trick people into a particular corner. The corner that no one can get out of anymore. The corner that doesn't got any way out. The corner that's just basically absolutely bad, negative, and literally end. We need to wake up, and we need to smell the coffee, and we need to realize exactly what is going on and exactly what is happening. Of course, it's to do with like an industry, with the film industry, with an entertainment industry in general, and they are using these particular people also to project their nonsense on the people around the world. This is getting absolutely scary. And now basically what they are doing, like they're trying to call themselves whatever they want to call themselves. Like it's like, you know, it's like a 327,000 like genders, you know, out there. This is absolutely insane. We have to wake up, okay? We have to get grounded. We have to wake up here, and we have to realize that this is all part of the plan. They're basically using the mental illness. On one hand, they're using mentally ill people. On another hand, they're making people mentally ill and mentally unwell by making them to believe that they can use the pronouns any pronouns they can possibly use. Hello, it's absolutely crazy. This is absolutely mental. And no, I'm not going to refer to you as they. I'm not going to refer to you as them. You know, this is absolutely ridiculous. There was this particular singer in the UK that just came out. Is this the word? Came out as them. This particular singer from the UK just came out as them. You know, you have to like use these pronouns. You have to accept this. You know, they are them. You know, you have to accept the fact that they're absolutely crazy, and that absolutely lost their mind, that absolutely demand something from people that it's not. It doesn't exist. It's a man and it's a woman, and it's the end of the story. There is not 350 genders. This is all going against the science. This is not scientific. scientific. This is against the science. There is no them. Okay, it's absolutely crazy and it's absolutely ridiculous, and I lose completely respect for every single person who comes out at me and just expect from me to to talk to them in a certain way, to basically to call them like a they or them, like absolutely no. It is not. I'm not going to refer to these people as them. I'm going to refer to these people like, if it's a woman, it's her. If it's a man, it's him. And that's it. Literally. This is absolutely ridiculous. But they are using these people that have lost their mind. They're completely lost. They're floating around the world. They get to the certain stage, and this is when they start projecting this absolute nonsense on people. This is not normal, and it is a completely abnormal. And the reason why they do this is because they want for you and for me and for everybody else to accept, like, oh yeah, they just decided to change their gender. Oh, they decided to change their gender. Oh, they came out as them. They came out as they. This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry, I have to laugh because it's absolutely ridiculous. And it is not to be respected. This is not normal. This is going on a whole different level now, and they are doing this on purpose. Look at this. It is going to be like the completely clown world out there. This is all connected. This is all connected to all this control that they are trying to do, and they are trying to project on us, and eventually they are going to try to destroy us. They are going to try to destroy us, because this is what they do when the civilization is coming to an end. This is what they do when they want to end the civilization. They want to end the Western civilization, the Western values, the Western family values. So you can go outside and she can identify as a bloody lamppost, she can identify as a rabbit, she can identify as a pencil, she can identify as a flower, he can identify as a car, he can identify as like a Pluto or something. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is crazy. This is mental illness. They want you to accept the mental illness as reality. It is not reality. They're using people in order to project this bizarre, strange picture. And on another hand, these people are completely ridiculously, they're mentally unwell and they need help, you see. And this is the problem, because on another hand, they're ridiculously easy to manipulate. And especially when they're like, they're like idols. They have people around the world that listen to their music, they watch them, and they think that this is the way people are going to become. But it's really scary, because normal people are not going to go down that road. Normal people are just going to step away from the situation, like you and I are just going to look at the situation and think they're absolutely cuckoo. But there are lots of people that are unwell, lots of people that are mentally unstable. I'm not saying this, go mentally unstable. Of course, yeah, I'm not saying it's like, oh my God, but I'm just saying that they're using these people that are mentally ill and mentally unstable to achieve their own propaganda, to achieve what they want to achieve, because as more people they have, the more bigger picture this is going to be. So they think that eventually everybody's just going to start changing their sex, start changing their pronouns, and expect other people to call them in this way. As I said, I completely lose my, basically I can't respect. I lose my respect completely if somebody comes to me, like obviously a woman, and she looks at me and she just says to me, no, I'm they, no, I'm them, no, I'm a man, or something like that, but you're clearly a woman. I lose respect immediately, because it is not normal. This is a mental issue, and this is absolutely crazy. And what these idiots are doing, they just decided to spread this across the media, across the world, and just try to make this normal. But this is not normal whatsoever. This is part of the picture as well. When it comes to the actual global warming scam, global warming is nothing but a scam, okay? The weather was changing always. The global warming was a scam that was invented by the elite in order to control every single one of us, okay? And they want to control us, and they want to tell us what are we going to do, and they want to tell us how we're going to live, and they want to tell us how we're going to live our lives. They want to tell us how we're going to project our opinions on this world, just by controlling us, by actually trying to create this fake global warming. And this is why the reason why I say this, because this is all part of the picture. This is all connected, and it's becoming absolutely crazy. It is like a volcano, massive volcano, and this volcano is about to erupt. This volcano is about to explode because it's about to reach like really crazy and shaky point. You know, there are certain parts of the world that stay the same. There are certain parts of the world that stayed normal, and I did say this before, and there are like a few different parts of the world like Hungary, Poland, Russia. These people managed to keep their sanity. These people managed to keep their people normal. These people managed to control the situation and not let the devil in. This is a devilish game right now at the moment, my gorgeous people. This is a devilish playground at the moment right now, and it's affecting every single person around the world. It's affecting every single person around the globe because they are using all this together in order to confuse people as much as they can, and then they can start with taking things over. They want to change the world the way it is. They want to have the world with no borders, which is an absolute nonsense, an absolutely ridiculous nonsense, and that is never going to work. That is not going to work, and it's just getting to the very, very strange and a very dangerous point right now. And what you need to do, what I need to do, we just need to make sure that we stay grounded. We just need to make sure that we understand that they go really far because they're using the media and they're using the social networks. Then you've got that nasty little Twitter that I can't possibly stand, that I call Bluebird, and it's vile because Twitter would probably be the worst so far. Twitter is worse than a weapon. Twitter is worse than a gun. Twitter is worse than a pistol. Twitter is worse than the actual bomb, because this is what the Twitter does. This social network is so dangerous that people haven't got a clue. They're taking things away from the social network in such a clever way. They're organizing things in such a clever but very evil way. So whatever you try to do, and whichever people are active, or whichever people are different, or whichever people are maybe like Republicans, or whichever people are, you know, like a different to their own opinion, different to their own agenda, they're just going to do absolutely everything to shut them down. And in 98% of the cases, this is not only like a Twitter, but Twitter is the worst. It's across the world, across all the networks. This is what they do. They own absolutely everything. They own social networks. They own television. Like, can someone normal start owning this? Do you know, can somebody normal start owning all these things so we can just kind of have our normal world back? Because this is getting absolutely ridiculous. This is getting absolutely scary, and this is the way they do things, because they actually shut people down, not necessarily delete them, not necessarily block them, but they make them quite invisible. And it's a very, very clever, because they make them invisible not completely, but they're only visible to the certain amount of people, like that they're like maybe their friends or the people who they follow, things like that. So it's done very cleverly that people don't progress in a certain way, people don't go as far as a certain way, because they control what message is going to get out. They control absolutely everything. And this is why things are getting so scary, because this is when the freedom of speech come to it, because they're pretending, oh, freedom of speech, do you want to be bullied online, do you want to be this, do you want to be that? No, of course not. But this is what they hide behind. This is the fake reality. The freedom of speech in their eyes is basically they want to prevent you from saying and from talking and from being who you really are. As you know, they want to prevent you from talking. As long as you talk like what they want you to say, as long as you do what they want you to do, as long as you project what they want you to project, you're going to be absolutely fine. And otherwise, no, they're going to stop this, and this is not good. And this is when the freedom of speech comes into it, because they hide it behind like the fact like, oh no, you don't want to get bullied. No, baby, no, nobody wants to get bullied. But this is a little bit different, because what they do is they just basically hide behind the freedom of speech, but they just get rid of all the political opinions that they don't like, that they don't want. So this is exactly what's happening on Twitter, and it's vile. You go on their main page and it's all kind of, it's ridiculous. It's like a circus. Yeah, circus. It's like a clown world. Yeah, Twitter is a clown world. Twitter is everything that's wrong with this world at the moment, and people need to realize that this social networks is the root of like 90% of evil in this world. Twitter is an enemy of the people. You go on their main page on Twitter, please, like go on their main page and you will see it's all like a nonsense, an absolute and utter nonsense. Nothing to do with the the reality, nothing to do with the real world. I don't care about your fake climate change. I don't care about your made up climate change. I don't care about you paying attention to the forest, like a fire in Brazil. There were always fires in Brazil. I'm not saying that I'm not worried about fires in Brazil. It's like I'm really horrible and stupid. No. But this is just what they pick, this particular agenda, just to like push it through together with their like nonsense climate change, like absolutely climate change. And then when they use these children, it's the child cruelty completely. They use these children who are actually completely like innocent. They're completely brainwashed children, like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, how old is she, that one, 16. Do you know, they use these children, they brainwash them completely, and they just behind them, and they say what I said last time: if you say something wrong, if you say something negative, oh, you're talking about her illness, you're talking about her age, how dare you to say this? Well, I dare to say it. It's ridiculous. How can you possibly listen to the child that hasn't even got a single life experience? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm gonna listen to the child who hasn't even got like a life experience about made up global warming? Oh, fantastic. And this is what Twitter that creates this awful picture. So wherever you go, you see, oh my God, in this part of the world, so many people like just got together with a global warming. In this part of the world, lots of people got together with a global warming. This part of the world trying to make, oh my God, thousands of people here, and it's like 100, 10,000 people here, and it's like 50, It's just like completely ridiculous. They make these fake pictures with their own agendas, and I really pray to God that people stay sane and that people can actually see through this, because the problem is that subconsciously people are looking at these things, and subconsciously people start believing in these things, and people must realize that it's a fake. This is not real. This is made up completely. And when you see that they're using children to get this pathetic thing going, then it all starts making sense. At the time in the 1930s, they're all repeating again from the 1930s, because they had a child just like that with a plaited hair, like here and here, just like that. They had a child, they had the children, and they were using them for their own agenda, their dirty, nasty, horrible agenda. And it's nothing to do with the people feeling good. It's nothing to do with the goodness for the people. It's nothing to do with the people in general, to make them feel like safe and happy, and nothing to do with the world. It's all to do with them, and it's all to do with them like creating the world they want to do. At the moment, what else is like a complete poison, complete cancer to the world? It's a political correctness. Political correctness, it's a nasty thing indeed. Political correctness, it's again something that's also coming like hello from the 1930s. Can you believe how simple they're doing this to us? They're just repeating exactly the same thing. Political correctness is the cancer. Political correctness is nasty. Political correctness is not normal. Political correctness is not easy. Political correctness, it's about to destroy the world if we don't stand up, and if we don't smell the coffee, and if we don't actually ground ourselves and see exactly what is happening. Political correctness, it's like a basically ideology. It's very, very evil indeed. And it's just, again, they're using these particular words, but what's happening behind these particular words, and what these particular words are doing, and what these particular words are projecting on people, is just something completely different and something completely opposite. And this is their psychology. This is their reverse psychology that they're actually projecting on people. This vibration is projected on people, and it's just absolutely not really good. Political correctness is just something that is just basically they're trying to change the world behind the political correctness. The political correctness must finish right now, because it's very, very dangerous indeed. And it's just like basically going around the world and around the world and around the world, and it's just changing people. It's changing our way of life. It's changing our society, and it's just really absolutely remarkable how many people people are not awake. It's remarkable how many people actually think that the global warming is real. It's remarkable how many people are not actually questioning this thing. It's very remarkable indeed, and this is why I say that many people subconsciously are believing this. And these bastards, they know exactly how to control people. These bastards know exactly what to do by using the social media, social networks. You're looking at things like without even realizing that they're like getting like a basically imprinted in your mind, imprinted in your subconscious mind. And the television you can't even watch anymore. The television is absolutely terrible, but the devil is getting worse. I mean, come on, this television in the UK, it's absolutely terrible, and it's just like also they're very quiet, you know, they're very horrible, and they're very quiet indeed. The BBC and all the television, oh my god, they're the worst. They are just so bad. It's unbelievable. I was so angry with them like a few years ago, like quite a few years back. I was absolutely mad because I've just found out what's happening around the world. I know what is happening around the world. It's absolutely crazy. And then these bastards, you know, BBC and all that, you know, they're right behind it because they are having their gatekeepers, they're having their devils who are their gatekeepers indeed, and they're controlling this situation, and they're projecting lies in the world. They're lying to people, and they're indoctrinating children at the same time. These vile people are indoctrinating children at the same time by actually bringing the bloody BBC into the school and kind of brainwashing them by watching BBC. Come on, man, they're brainwashing children by watching BBC. To watch the BBC, it's just an absolutely nonsense. You can't even watch like a normal soap anymore on these programs. You know, everything is like, you don't know what's that, man, woman, you know what I mean? I don't have a problem with the transvestite. I said this millions of times, but what they're trying to create is just like to pinpoint on the small group of people in this world and trying to magnify this, like make it huge and make it huge and make it huge, to project and just slap in everybody's face like this is what it is. But it's not. It's only small minority that are transvestite. You want to change your sex? It's absolutely fine. I'm gay. I said this before. I completely understand. It's absolutely fine. It's not my problem. It's not my issue. But they are using these people in order to create a fake reality. And this is what the children are watching. And this is what the children are being brought up to. This is what the children are like having as the part of their mind, thinking that this is normal. And I can't stand the BBC in particular. I cannot stand the BBC. And it's the same for the other major networks in the world. They're as corrupted as absolutely anything. This is going absolutely bad, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And the way the BBC, what they do, how nasty they are, it's very difficult to find out on their website, like whether you can, like whether you need a BBC license or not, whether you need a BBC license or not, TV license or not. Do you know, it's just absolutely scary. The people of the UK, I want to tell you something. You do not need a TV license. You do not need to pay for your TV license. If you do not watch the BBC, you do not pay for your license. You can cancel your license. You don't watch this indoctrinated nonsense, this rubbish, this fake reality. It's projected on your face. It's projected to your energy. It's projected to your vibration, and you are the one who is paying for it. And that money that you are paying to BBC, I'm not even gonna say where the big part of that money is actually going. So quite a few years back, I was just absolutely furious. I stopped watching BBC. I've stopped watching television in general completely many years ago. And then as soon as I stopped, I phoned them up and I cancelled my BBC license. So this is what I want to tell you, the people of the UK. You do not need to pay for your BBC license. If you're not watching, if you don't want to watch it, then don't pay for your TV license. As simple as that. You can cancel online, but it's very difficult to find out how to cancel online on purpose, because they made it like that, of course. And you can cancel when you phone them up. As long as you don't watch it, take the bloody aerial out of the wall or wherever it is. Stop watching BBC. Stop watching the television in general, or not just the BBC, but all the television and all the main channels, you know. And then once you stop watching it, just cancel it, because they hide. Lots of people think that they have to pay for the BBC license. This is the bloody scam they do, they are. Lots of people in the UK think that they need to pay for the BBC license. citizens, even if they're not watching. But let me tell you, if you're not watching BBC, if you're not watching the television like a mainstream TV, mainstream news and all that, phone them up and cancel it, and just stick to the actual internet, stick to the internet TV and things like that, maybe YouTube and things like that, but just don't pay for something that you're not watching. And at the same time, they have nothing good to do with this. That all what they do is just a propaganda, and it's not real. It's getting worse, it's getting worse, it's getting worse, because these bastards are keeping people like completely like focused on like a fake reality, focused on fake things, which is just eventually going to kind of make people loopy. And this is what they want to do. They want to make people loopy indeed. The things are getting very scary, and that's why I'm just saying that this is going to be quite interesting week indeed, because you see, there is going back to the United States of America, of course, this is going to be the main something really big. It's actually going to happen in the United States of America. Somebody is going to be exposed big time. You see this little crash here that I'm seeing on this card. This is going to be an interesting moment, and I'm talking about in between the 23rd and the 29th of September 2019. We are going to have somebody who is going to be exposed for exactly who they are. Somebody who's done lots of naughty things indeed, and somebody who will know about that they were doing lots of naughty things, but something else is going to happen. They will do something. They're going to be like a little scorpion surrounded by the fire, which is going to like kind of, you know, sting itself literally, and that person is just going to come out, and that person is also going to be the main start of something really special, of something very significant in the United States of America, and some kind of investigation is also going to need to take place. But the things are most certainly going to be quite obvious. I'm saying the United States of America, and I'm seeing the United States of America because it's very important when it comes to the actual global scale. It's very important when it comes to the actual global balance indeed. And I try to say this every single time, and that's why I'm having a great respect and a really big respect for America, for the American people and for the American president, because there is a lot happening that we don't know, a lot behind the scene. But I'm saying about America, and I'm talking about American because America is very important to keep the balance for the rest of the world, literally, because if something bad or something negative, God forbid, happen in America, then it's going to affect the whole world. And that's why I'm saying that this balance in particular, it's very important. But there is something else that is going to happen. There is something else that is going to manifest from this particular situation when it comes to America, because the American president is also going to kind of join their power and their strength with some other country that has been like really affected by this quite a lot. But this particular situation, this particular country has been affected quite a lot in the last 7 years in particular. So this is going to be an important moment in time. And also what I want you to pay attention, that the DDD demonic group of people, when it comes to the particular party in America, are also just going to do something so scary and something so bizarre and something so weird this week that is just literally going to shake the world in such a way, because it is something like really crazy. It's going to become obvious. Yes, I'm not talking about the fact that these people have been placed in order to work against the American government, in order to get against to work against the American people. Wake up, because the United States of America also has the enemies within their government, also has the enemy within their parliament indeed. And these enemies have been placed there, as I said, by fakeness. Nobody didn't vote for these people. We have got this in the United Kingdom as well. These people have been like placed there by fraud, by the foreign power, by the foreign influence that paid for it. And this is what's happening in America, and this is what's going to happen in America in this particular week. But this group of the demonic group of people, it's going to do something really huge, something really major, and people are going to be surprised, but not completely surprised. The bottom line is that these people are working directly against the American people. They're causing so much havoc, they're causing so much negativity, they're causing so much bad and low vibration on purpose, because they want you to talk. They want to be like, to become like a main, like a talkative point, but at the same time the country is getting invaded. These people want the country to get invaded and to completely expose. They want to destroy America. They want to destroy that particular country. country, and this is why this is so scary. But there's something very obvious it's going to become this week when it comes to these people, and that is going to be an important moment in time, an important starting point as well when it comes to raising vibration, and when it comes to the other people around the world to realize what's happening. It's really scary. Please try to realize this is not so much like, well, what are you, Republican? You're Democrat? Well, Democrat is most certainly not really. Democrats are definitely working against their own people. Democrats are working definitely against the whole world. They're just basically all what they want to do. They just work against America. They work against American people, and they're most certainly not working for America. And this is really scary because there are parts of America that really need help, that it really needs attention, and these particular parts of America that really need attention, they are of course under demonic group of people, of course, not Republicans. And this is why this is getting so scary, and this is why this is getting so bizarre. But I want to say something to you. The things are getting so scary, the things are getting so bizarre, the things are getting so shaky. Listen to me, please. It is not about who is Republican, who is Democrat, who is liberal, who is this, who is that. Now is the moment in time. This is an important time now, in between now and in between the end of this year 2019, in between now and in between like the end of December. It's an important moment in time for the people to realize, to get together, regardless what party you are, regardless what political stance you have. Because if people get together, if people wake up to the certain point, if people get together, this very strong and powerful vibration, it's going to be risen. And once this powerful vibration is going to be risen, this is going to be an important moment in time, because then the governments are not going to be able to play with us the way they're playing with us. The governments are working against their own people. Indeed, around the world, the governments are actually working against their own people. Not every single government, but the majority of governments are at the moment working against their own people, and people are petrified. This is scary, because it should be the other way around. People should never be petrified of their own governments, but the governments should be petrified of their own people. This is what our lovely governments needs to know. In the majority of the world, the government should be actually thrown and just basically changed. This is how bad it is. These people started to take a piece, really, like quite a lot out of us, especially in the United Kingdom when it comes to Brexit. You know, these people are really taking a piece like there is no tomorrow. I mentioned Brexit before, and the things are getting more ridiculous from day to day, because people are just so uncertain, and people have no clue, no idea what's happening when it comes to the actual Brexit, and they're not letting us to have a Brexit. People voted, and they're not letting us to have a Brexit, with all these lies and all this nonsense that they keep on chucking at people. Oh no, it's because of this. Oh no, it's because of that. No, baby, no. People voted for the Brexit, and a Brexit is not happening. You're destroying democracy. You're the one who is not letting people to do what they wanted to do. You're preventing one of the biggest British votes in the history, which was Brexit, okay? You are the one who is preventing it, and they are again lying. What they do is that they're saying, oh, but this is not democracy. No, darling, democracy already happened. That's just terrible. They're absolutely terrible. And we all just need to remember just to stay sane, stay grounded, and just keep your own intuition, and don't let to be like completely like taken into this progressiveness. And the progressiveness is going to eventually take people into the madness. Look at them, just check them on the street. They're all like pink hair, green hair. Like, I'm not saying I've got a problem with the pink hair, green hair, but the state of those people, they're literally mentally unwell. They're mentally not there. They're not strong. They're not capable to like think properly anymore. This is absolutely ridiculous, and this is the type of people they're actually using in order to like kind of like project this negativity on the world. This angry and weird and bizarre type of people, and that's why Democrats, liberals, whatever we are, we need to wake up. This is an important moment in time for us to wake up and see what's going on and get together. They are playing us up. They have been playing us up all along. They give us like a little theater. They give us like a little screen, so we are all a little bit busy to watch this, to realize this, to observe this, but at the same time the world is collapsing. At the same time the world is like getting into like really big hole. The world vibration is changing, and and they're destroying the world big time. There are things going on in the world right now that the world haven't seen ever, literally, but they're still repeating the same thing that was happening in the 1930s, and it's getting rather scary, rather scary, rather scary. They are eventually going to really like completely attack Jewish people and attack white people. Jewish people and white people are getting attacked on Twitter. Go on Twitter. I said this before, I'm going to say it again and again and again and again and again. The Jewish people and white people are getting attacked on Twitter so badly. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's all about, look at how they speak, this nasty people, these racist, and they're using this Hollywood and all that. Look how they talk about white people, how they talk about Jewish people. They're repeating the same thing that was happening in the 1930s until people get used to it, until people, it's just a normal way of life, like, oh yeah, everybody hates white people, everybody hates Jewish and things like that. Wake up, people, wake up, wake up. We have to stop that right now. The Twitter, look at it, what's been on there. They're racist on there every single day, like spitting their rubbish, spitting their nonsense, spitting their negativity, spitting their poison, and this stays there. It is not hidden, it is not deleted. These people are there and they have been there for years, and that's why I'm saying they're doing this on purpose, and it's all done, but the actual it's all done very, very carefully, and it's all planned very carefully. So the bottom line is we need to get together. These people are not going to stop. Look at the Democrats that are directly working against American people. Hey, wake up. They don't care about American people. They care about foreign. They care about anything in this world apart from American people. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. I'm just saying we have to wake up. And we have to get together, and we have to realize that that's the only way for the people to wake up, to ignore what the party is, to get together and to see what the next step is actually going to be in order to stop this madness. We have to stop this madness. We have to stop this madness right now, because if we don't, what the children, what the world that these children are going to live in, this is getting absolutely ridiculous, and it's getting absolutely scary when they're coming out with all sorts of pronouns like he is they, them, whatever. This is not, he's a lamp, he's this, he's that, 356 genders. No, they are making people mentally unwell. They're making people mentally ill. This is not good, because if this carries on, that in 20 years down on the line, what this world is going to be like. What is these children now going to see? What their future is going to be like? What they're going to go outside and everybody's just going to be identifying like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. It's just crazy world we live in. And please, let's just remember to actually wake up and to just get together and forget which political party we have and stop arguing, because this is, on another hand, look what the amount of argument is going on in the world. This is crazy. As soon as you say something, this should never ever be like this. And as soon as you say something like that, you're maybe Republican, you're not the political party like what they are. The Democrats have on purpose, like they've been encouraging the violence. They've been encouraging the violence against people who are basically like against people who are Republicans and against people who are not thinking the same as they are. This is so dangerous and it's so scary, and that's why I'm telling you again that they're using criminals. My lord, the elites are so nasty that they managed to create this situation by using the criminals, literally criminals, the people who were criminals, the people who are criminals, the people who are not thinking in the same way as we are thinking. And this type of people have been used to get their own agenda, because these people are vile, these people are evil, these people are going to do absolutely anything for the money, because they do not have the same way of thinking as we are. They're lost spirits, they're lost souls that are at the moment currently like running the situation towards like a very, very hard and very thick brick. And once that happened, oh, did you hear my cats? Once that happened, it is just going to be like, you see, my cats confirmed this. My two cats had like a go at each other, but it's just basically, this is what is like really scary, because it's just like these people, they are just basically creating this fake reality and they're projecting this on people, and the elite are using them, and the normal person would never work against their own country. The normal person would never work against their own people. The normal person would never lie against their own country and lie against their own people. And these are the type of vile people that they are exactly using. These people have a criminal records, like all sorts of things. And in order for people to wake up, hey, wake up, please. It's time to wake up and change the vibration. Change the vibration. Change the vibration. We need to get together. We need to fix things. Forget what a political party we are. And that is just going to be something that is going to be against like all this situation, against all this vibration, and against the elite. This is the only way to win. It's for people to get together, because they're trying to break everything by splitting everything up. They're even using children, brainwashing children. So the child is going to be against an adult is going to be against the child, woman is going to be against the man, transvestite is going to be against the other transvestite, the transgender is going to be against like a straight, it's just that the black is going to be against like Asian is going to be against white is going to be against black. This is what they want, just everything against. Well, this is going to change, because we are going to wake up, and that is the harmony that is just going to bring something very interesting. And this is what is going to actually happen. The world is going to start changing. The world is just going to start getting back to where it was before. But there is a certain one particular person, one particular person is going to be responsible for this. A new plan is going to come up, and I'm getting really excited about it. And especially within the next 2 weeks, this week in particular is going to be important, 23rd and 29th of September indeed. But within the next 2 weeks, the new plan is going to start coming up slowly, and that plan is going to bring a new hope. That plan is going to bring a new energy. That plan is going to bring a new vibration. That plan is going to bring a new power. And most certainly, a lot of people are going to start waking up to what exactly is going on. We need to wake up, and we need to save the world. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's from the 23rd until the 29th of September 2019. So it's from the 23rd until the 29th of September 2019, and I'm going to start with the horoscope sign of Aries. My gorgeous Aries, you are going to have a very interesting situation when it comes to this week indeed, because it looks like a little negative situation at the beginning of the week that it's going to happen, is going to have a certain impact on you, because there is going to be a little bit of disappointment with a certain progress, with a certain stage of your life. Something is going to surprise you. There's the certain information that you're going to get, there's the certain information that you're going to receive, and that particular information is going to surprise you, because you're going to have a slight disappointment with like a certain stage of your life, and then also with a certain plan that you had with a certain person as well. But at the same time, this is going to like kind of make you think, and it's going to be quite like a strange situation, because if that didn't happen, then you wouldn't be kind of like having a thoughts about a particular thing, and that is also going to kind of make you think in a certain way, and it's also going to remind you of something. That negative situation is actually going to be really good and really brilliant, because it's going to balance things out in such a way when you're going to start feeling like you're going to be like a little bit emotional, but then again at the same time you're going to start feeling really pure. When I say that you're going to start feeling pure, I'm saying that it is going to be absolutely an amazing time for you in a way, because you are about to regain a very interesting and very important balance. At the same time, that balance wouldn't happen if you didn't have that devilish situation right at the beginning of the week. The devilish situation is going to have a bit of a yin-yang indeed, because that devilish situation is going to make you think and make you realize that a certain change is about to happen. The certain change is actually coming, and that at the same time it's going to make you to kind of pay attention to certain things around you that you wouldn't pay, but also it is going to kind of make you think about a new option, which is going to be rather interesting when it comes to some kind of plan which is about to start manifesting indeed. It is so good, because you will realize that something very important is going to take place this week, and then 3 months down on the line, so it's 9, 10, 11, 12, so right at the end of the actual December, there is going to be a very strong connection with whatever is happening right now, because I have to say to you that at the same time, you are about to plant a very important and very significant seed. And the actual seed that you are going to plant is going to be something that is not going to seem like quite big, so huge, and you're going to plant it in such a way with your subconscious mind, my gorgeous Aries. You will do something, you will make something, you will create something, and you will not even realize this. This is so good, because at the same time, that is going to be an important moment in time, because you know what? Something that was bothering you for the last 5 months as well, something that was really getting on your nerves, and something that was preventing you to move on for the last 5 months, now it's going to come up as a resolution for a problem. Through all this situation, by the end of the week, you're going to have a resolution of a problem, which is going to happen with like some kind of conclusion, but that in itself is just going to automatically bring you a wonderful healing and satisfactory result indeed. It is all about a certain compromise, and there is something that you're going to start, and something is also at the same time going to give you lots of vavavumish energy, and it's going to inspire you. I really like it, because it's going to be like a very artistic and very interesting moment in time for you indeed. Also, not that long ago, you also had a situation where you were quite nice to somebody. I'm not saying that you're not nice to people, but you were like, this is going to be like a karmic week that is going to say, hello my darling. Karmic week, like very important karmic week, when the certain like a vibration is just going to become very, very like a sharp for you indeed. And it's going to, more importantly, going to bounce back in such a way when you're going to realize that you've actually done something really important for somebody not that long ago. So now something is going to happen to you, and this is going to be like a really wonderful reward, because the new option is going to become available, and that is going to help you to make a certain judgment, the judgment that you wouldn't be able to make before. And also on another hand, it's going to make you feel really brave. It's going to make you realize a certain capacity, and also the certain admiration from other people is just going to become a really great new starting point when it comes to you. There's a very interesting option that you're going to have, and most importantly, the turning point. My gorgeous Aries, this week you are going to have a wonderful, amazing, beautiful turning point, and this is going to be something very important indeed, because this is about your wheel of fortune. My gorgeous Aries, you are going to have a wheel of fortune this week, and what your wheel of fortune is actually going to do, it is going to pretty much be so much to do with your future planning, so much to do with a beautiful realization, so much to do with like a new option become available to you, but it's all coming through your own accomplishment. It's all coming at the right moment in time. It's all coming where the certain completion is coming, and also the certain trip or certain journey, it's also at the same time going to become quite relevant. But most importantly, something is going to be offered to you this week, and the answer that you're going to give is most certainly going to be yes. Even if you say no, this would go really far anyway, but it's just I'm saying that the answer is going to be yes, and this is most certainly going to be an important moment in time when it comes to your own accomplishment. And by the end of this week, really great financial opportunity it's going to be followed. Very good indeed. A certain family member is going to have a good news, and that is also going to be something that is going to inspire you. I really like it indeed. It looks like you will discover something very significant about your life this week and about your spiritual journey, which means that there is something very unusual that is going to become the part of the picture, the part of the frame that you're going to start feeling drawn towards to. Pay attention, my gorgeous Aries, especially to what's on your mind and what you feel drawn to indeed. When it comes to the actual health, you see, it is to do a lot with the actual cold and flu. Cold and flu symptoms are going to be quite significant, so I would highly suggest you to carry on taking acerola cherry powder, organic acerola cherry powder, which is going to give you 1080 milligrams of vitamin C, and also at the same time to take the actual spirulina tablets or spirulina powder. It needs to be organic, without any horrible ingredients, without any anti-caking agents and things like that, and this is going to be a wonderful combination to boost your immune system and also against cold and flu. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, just check with your doctor or check with your GP, because only your doctor or only your GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so now what else I was going to say, for those of you Aries, my beautiful gorgeous babies who are actually in relationship, you know, I like it because it's the beginning of some kind of adventure that you're both going to have. Something, it's going to, some kind of option, it's going to become really, really obvious for both of you, and that option that it's going to become obvious for both of you is just going to be the beginning of something very important, at the beginning of an important stage in your life, and that stage in your life is just going to reflect on your both lives indeed. I like it so much because for those of you that got a little bit bored, for those of you that maybe you didn't have enough going on, for those of you that were maybe like didn't enjoy yourself, you were just working, it was a very pressurized time, this is going to be a week when things are actually going to change, and that particular week is just going to be so good because it's going to reflect on you, your love, and it's almost like a new obsession that you're both, like a good obsession, great obsession that is going to bring you so much optimism to you too. Something new, some kind of project is going to take an effect indeed. Okay, when it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingy, you see, it is just all about you kind of like really socially enjoying yourself. This is not going to be the week when you're going to find the love of your life, but it's also going to be a very interesting week because a couple of people are going to show their attention, a couple of people are going to show their love, but both of them are not going to be right. Both of them are not going to be the people for you, but there is a very interesting situation that you are going to have through this. Somebody is going to be overkind. Some kind of overkindness is going to help you to realize something really significant and something really important about your life and about your love life and about who you normally go for. There is a very, very interesting lesson that you, my gorgeous Aries, my single Aries, my single Aries people are actually going to learn through this particular situation. So watch this space. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is of course going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Taurus. Taurinis. You need to like kind of make sure that you are taking like a carrot juice or eating carrots. Very important moment in time because I can see that your eyes in general are going to be quite sensitive. So I know that it will be quite very, very important for you to eat like organic carrots. Or like organic, like a juice, for example, because this is going to be something really good for you. But at the same time, I also need you to take like something like spirulina, because this is going to help you quite a lot when it comes to the actual energy levels, because the energy levels are going to be just like a little bit not the best like this week. But that just doesn't matter, because at this particular time of the year, this is the time of the year that affects you, my gorgeous Taurinis, like in a particular way. But that doesn't matter, because you are on another hand going to be rather optimistic, and it is going to be a very good week, and I will explain everything. But for some reason I had to start with health, because I think it's really important for you to really make sure that you're drinking like a carrot juice, and also just make sure that you take spirulina, organic spirulina tablets, or organic spirulina like a powder. A powder is very difficult to take actually, like to me I taste like a sea thing quite too much, you know, but it's like a tablet. As long as they're organic, this is going to be so good, because it's just going to really strengthen your immune system, and on another hand it's also going to give you that necessary energy, and in general it's very, very good for you, because it's going to help you on another hand to flush out the toxins. Another thing I needed to say, Taurinis, my gorgeous Taurinis, because of the health and the balance is going to be very sensitive, and it's going to get to the certain point this week. Please make sure that you cut out any like anything that you might be addicted to, you know. Maybe you are doing something naughty that you shouldn't. Maybe you are like smoking cigarettes, try to cut down. Maybe you're drinking too much, maybe eating too many cakes, maybe eating too much chocolate, sugar, whatever it is. You just need to make sure that you're making this necessary balance, which is going to be really relevant when it comes to your diet, which is going to reflect on your particular vibration and energy. And that's why I'm saying that this is really important moment in time for you to do this, because you will go with this particular energy, you will go with this particular flow, God, flow, my gorgeous Taurinis. On another hand, what else I was going to say, this is what I find absolutely so interesting, my lord. Do you know what, Tauruses, my gorgeous Taurinis, at the beginning, the first couple of days this week, do you know, something is going to be on your mind and you're just going to kind of torture yourself a little bit. You're going to think, oh God, this, oh God, that. You know, it is just going to reflect on you in such a way, like whatever you think about yourself and about your spiritual journey and about things that you've done, you will want to like blame yourself for something. But this particular energy is just this is just a certain energy, certain vibration that causes people to feel, to think in this particular way. And it's just going to be like kind of like, it is going to be also connected to the part of your life when you kind of like did something, you started something, you made something, and it's just like kind of didn't happen and didn't unfold. So that situation is going to become the part of your mind. That could happen like a year ago, that could have happened like a week ago, that could have happened like about a couple of weeks back. You know, it really depends, but it's just some kind of energy that needs to be there, because it's also at the same time going to reveal something, because at the same time, without you realizing, you're going to be very, very sharp in many different ways. You're going to have a very sharp way of thinking throughout this week, and you're not even going to realize this, you see. So that's why it's very important to pay attention to see what you feel drawn to when you're thinking, you know, in this particular week. And also, what do you dream about if you dream? And also, what's the very first thing on your mind in the morning? Try to make sure that you remember, write it down if you forget, like if something is on your mind in the morning, what do you think about as soon as you open your eyes? This is a very important moment in time. It is going to be a very important moment in time because something very significant is going to be revealed to you, and it's to do with you, and it's to do with the people in your life, it's to do with your family, it's to do with people that are really, really important to you. This is going to be part of the picture. The certain puzzle is going to be revealed that's actually missing, and it's going to be down to you to put a certain input, my gorgeous Taurinis. It's going to be down to you to put a certain input. On another hand, what is going to happen after that point? You're going to have a Wheel of Fortune as well. That's the second Wheel of Fortune that I'm seeing in a row. This is absolutely amazing and it's brilliant, but it doesn't surprise me because it's September. Remember, oh no, that's November. No, but it's just, doesn't matter. That's basically, it's just like so important because September, it's a very strong number. It's number 9. And number 9 has got 2 numbers in one. And this is why this is so important, and this is why this is so significant, because it's got the power of 2 numbers, and it also has got the element of surprise. And this is why the situation is about to change, and you, my gorgeous Taurinis, are about to have an amazing Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is going to happen when you kind of like, when you least expect it, but then at the same time, it's going to be an important moment in time, because you're going to work with something that is going to last for generations. You're going to work with something that is going to activate you like you haven't been activated in a really long time, and it's just going to help you to bridge for the certain stage of your life, which is just going to be completely new level. This is absolutely brilliant because this, my babies, is going to lead towards the certain turning point. And this is why you needed to have a little bit of unsatisfaction at the beginning of this week, because this is why you will be able to reach this energy. You will be able to reach this yin yang. Very important moment in time, because this is actually going to make you realize that the very big problem in your life that was annoying to you for so long, it's actually coming to an end. But on another hand, something very important is actually going to be revealed to you as well at the same time, and that in itself is just going to make you feel really good. It's going to make you feel really brave, and it's also going to make you realize that a certain option is also going to become available for you. Something that you wanted to do in a really long time, and you knew that you had to wait, but now this is going to be the moment in time when you're going to make a really important decision, and at the same time, this is going to be your awakening, my gorgeous Taurinis. This week, you are going to have your spiritual awakening, because that turning point, it's going to change everything. Not only the huge, massive option, it's going to become available for you here. It's going to inspire you so much, but at the same time, you're going to have a control over a situation, strength, courage, and power, energy, and determination. If you've lost your if you've lost your determination is most certainly going to be back, because this week is literally going to change absolutely everything, because that in itself is just going to be all about the accomplishment. You will be able to feel yourself, feel your situation, feel your power, but at the same time it's about a wish coming through. It's about something very important happening. It's something very important unfolding as well. So in the indecisive situation that you had for the last 2 months, now there is going to be a particular situation that you're gonna, but particular decision that you're going to make. But this is so deep, this is very spiritual, this is very emotional, and this is going to touch you in so many different ways. But above all, the decision you're gonna make, and that the decision is going to be based on indecisive situation that was like kind of preventing you from the actual new beginning. Everything in this life happens for a reason, and there's a reason that why this stage took so long. But most certainly this is all about your success and admiration from others that you're actually going to have this week, and this is absolutely brilliant. You're also going to hear a good news, something that is going to completely surprise you about yourself as well, and a certain relationship. Somebody is going to surprise you this week when it comes to the certain person that means to you so much in this life. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous Taurinis, you see, this is so significant, because you're going to be able to kind of just look at the different picture, of the certain problem, and that is not going to help you to kind of actually deal with this, but it's also going to reveal something else, reveal some kind of option, reveal some kind of realization that is just going to surprise you, and you're going to surprise yourself the way you're going to react after that point, and the way how things are going to be completely clear to you. And this is nothing unusual. This is because you're going to be sharp this week, so you're going to be able to deal with problems and with things that have been slowing you down. And especially in this particular week, this is going to be really evident. I really like it indeed. Okay, what else I was going to say, basically, my gorgeous Taurinis, you see, when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, this is so good. But you're gonna have to work on something. You're gonna have to realize something. There is some kind of a negativity that is gonna come out. There is some kind of problem that is going to come out. And the very important thing for me to say here is to actually just make sure that you deal with this problem now, because karmically this is an important week. As I said, karmically something is just actually going to bounce back, and is going to kind of provide you with a new opportunity, with a new option. Is the way things work in this life. When we live our spiritual journey, we have to focus, and we have to do as much as we can, and we have to work on the problems and negativities and things like that. And this is the way our spirit evolve. Okay, so we get to the certain stage, as high and as further as we possibly can. So that's why it's also very important to deal with a certain problem, because this is going to be an important karmic moment. So I think that there is some kind of issue that is going to come through, and you need to sit down, and you need to what are you going to do with this, because as I said, remember, you will be very sharp when it comes to dealing with issues, dealing with problems, and especially when it comes to the actual outcome, and projecting yourself and projecting your thoughts on it. Indeed, very important to sort the problems then and there. Okay, when it comes to those of you that are actually single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Taurinis, this is an amazing week indeed. When it comes to those of you that are single, you're gonna kind of be meeting lots of people. You're gonna be shining your beautiful energy this week, but it's just something in particular that you need to pay attention to. You just work with this energy flow. Don't think about finding love too much. Don't think about don't focus on it too much, because sometimes that particular energy with that focus can actually go over the certain line, and then once we go over the certain line, then it becomes a desperate energy, and then desperate energy just lock all the doors around you. I'm not saying that you are desperate, but I'm saying that there is a little tricky bitty here, because what is going to happen is I can see that you will be focusing on the task at hand. Very important, because when it comes to the actual apprenticeship and things like that, and the promotion, I was going to say this is going to be an important week. But for those of you that are single, when you are focusing on the task at hand, you will realize that there is some kind of person is going to become the part of the scenario, and they will just blow you away in so many different ways, because you're just going to feel instantly attracted to them. But they will happen and they will manifest in your life when you least expect it, because you will be focusing towards some kind of like a option, like apprenticeship or promotion, or if you're retired, it doesn't matter. It will still be like a brand new option that is just going to be very interesting and very good and very, very, very nice, that is just going to take your attention. And at the same time, this particular person is going to manifest themselves, and I like it because they will be very, very special indeed. Okay. Now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is, of course, going to be my gorgeous, my special, my beautiful, my ever so powerful Gemini. Gemini, you know, it is just so cool, because you're going to have a certain problem, certain issue this week, and that certain problem, certain issue, it's also going to be so good for you, because it's going to make you feel like, oh no, what I'm going to do? But then again, you're about to rediscover something about yourself, because it's going to be a little bit annoying, but you will need to deal with this. And once you deal with it, you will project a certain energy, and once you project a certain energy on it, this is going to be the moment in time when you're just going to do something. You're going to react and act in a mature way, which means that you will kind of like deal with an issue and deal with a certain stage and stages, certain few little problems, few little issues that you kind of know that you needed to deal with. You don't like to deal with this. Sometimes you would even prefer somebody else to maybe do this for you know, like, but it's just like, because if we have a problems or issues that we don't want to deal with, you know, certain people we don't want to come across in this life, this is sometimes the way we react, man. This is absolutely normal. But the bottom line is that you're going to feel very mature, you're going to feel very good. This is going to make you realize that most certainly you're going on a very interesting stage of your life, my gorgeous Gemini, indeed, because this is going to not only make you realize to make some kind of decision that is going to be really important. This is at the same time going to be an incredible significant time for you, because this is also going to be connected to the certain opportunity that is just going to become absolutely evident. But this is all about your recognition, this is all about your honor, and this is all about you kind of realizing certain negativity and certain danger on time that happened some times ago, and then you decided to move on with your life, and now this is just going to come into an effect, and it's just going to start making sense, like there is absolutely no tomorrow indeed. This is so good, because you know, this is all about the actual rewards from what you've done, rewards from the hard work, but also most certainly like an uncertain situation when it comes to the new stage, when it comes to the new projects, when it comes to the new beginnings. You know, you just dealt with something really special, very significant, and it was new. It's something that you haven't done before. And something that you just started, and something that you've changed, or something that you did differently, and that's why that energy made you a little bit uncertain. So now this is going to bounce back, and it's just going to come forward like as in such a beautiful accomplishment, because there are lots of elements that you've done, that you did, that you wouldn't normally do, but it's so good, it's so good, it's so good. It's almost what the world needed indeed. You are part of it, Gemini, and it's very, very important indeed. This is all about the actual worldly power that you're going to need. You're going to be like absolutely fantastic. Your energy is also going to be like a very vibrant this week, and this is all through your own accomplishment. Both of you Geminis, both of you inside are just going to be dancing inside like, hello. It's absolutely brilliant, because it's just all about the confidence, and it's all about a certain influence, it's all about a certain power, and that in itself is just going to be a very important time for you, because on one hand, this is all about your practical knowledge, all about you rediscovering yourself. It's about your security and power, and it's also at the same time about the beginning of something very special when it comes to the new option, new college, new course, new work, new career, new accomplishment, new life. You know, it's to do with the future planning, something very important. It's also going to take place this week that is just going to be directly connected to your future planning, not that far ahead, good, but something that you will do, it's also going to be the second stage in March 2020. So this is very important moment in time because it's to do with the new beginning, it's to do with the new college, it's to do with the new course, it's to do with the new hobby, it's to do with the new option that is at the same time going to make you feel very warmish, very good, and it's going to make you realize something very important about your life, very important about what you want to do in like about a few years, because something is going to change. The way you view your life and the way you view your future, it's going to be different because of this week, but it's going to be really good and really exciting because most certainly this is going to be the time of rebirth that you're going to have, and very good time and very brilliant time when it comes to your own a very brilliant time when it comes to your own rebirth indeed. You see, absolutely fantastic. It is the balance, absolutely perfect balance that you are going to have, but on another hand, very beautiful and strong power of your mind, very strong and powerful energy you're going to have throughout this week, and this is what people are going to be feeling, this is what people are going to be sensing. So make sure that if you need to have some kind of jobs and works to do and things like that, if you want to like apply for the job, just go for it, go for it, go for it. You want to start something important, go for it. If you want to have some kind of negotiations, go for it. If you want to start some kind of judgment, go for it. Because whatever you do that you decide to do this week, the balance is going to be absolutely perfect. It's going to be so sharp in many different ways indeed, but because you will work with this particular vibration, it is just going to bring you so much more. The end of this week is also going to reveal something very, very interesting when it comes to you, when it comes to your career, and for those of you that are not working, when it comes to all those things that you are focusing on and all those things that you want to happen, and especially when it comes to the certain changes, some kind of change is going to be revealed by the end of this week, and you're going to like it because it's going to help you to reflect yourself, but also at the same time you will know that a certain advice that you took not that long ago is just going to become very significant now, and you're going to rediscover yourself. You're going to rediscover something very important about your happiness, very important about what you do, very important about what you want to do next in your life, because this is going to reflect you really beautifully when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your hobby, and when it comes to your vibration in general. This is going to be beautiful and very peaceful time, exciting but peaceful. You see, I really like it, and there is a special connection. Somebody in particular is going to give you an advice. Somebody is going to come through and it's going to give you an advice, somebody who you really know and you really respect, you know them personally, but they will give you an advice without you even realizing. And you're going to realize that. And that is going to be an important starting point, because that is going to come through somebody who knows you really well. And that at the same time, it's going to be a very honorable time for you, but also it's going to help you to overcome certain obstacle and to make a certain decision. And the decision that you're going to make is just going to be pretty much a conclusion that you're going to need to like kind of make a certain adjustment, but that you didn't want initially. But this is all going to make sense because this confirmation is going to come and it's going to happen at the same time, at the right time. Synchronization, synchronization, synchronization. Just make sure that you're watching the time, make sure that you're looking around. If you see 777, so important, or 111 or 222, any kind of repeating numbers or anything like that, if you see, then just make sure that you remember what you were thinking at around the time and what you want to achieve, where you want to get. And this is going to bring you a really interesting answer, and most importantly, even more significant confirmation. Okay, so now when it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous Gemininis, when it comes to the actual health, you see, I need you to keep on taking like omega-3 essential fatty acids. It's just so important because it is just going to help you so much when it comes to your mind, when it comes to your thinking, when it comes to your concentration levels, when it comes to your mood. I highly recommend you to take omega-3 essential fatty acids, of course, from the fish, if you could, and it needs to be like non-GMO. And also, if you have a problem with the fish, then you just go for the flaxseed oil, which is flaxseed oil is just a plant version of omega-3 essential fatty acids, like with the fish in. So you can have like a flaxseed oil, and that is going to be quite good and very important for you to take right now. But also at the same time, it's going to help you to boost your immune system. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP, because only they can tell you whether this is going to interact interact with your existing medications or not, but I highly, highly, highly recommend you to take this. On another hand, when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, you see, it's just going to be really pleasure, joy. This is going to be an amazing time to spend with your family, amazing time to spend with the people in your family. This is going to be really brilliant, but also something is going to happen that you're going to feel so vavavumish. Something is going to happen that you're going to feel so proud of yourself, for example, and that is going to reflect on you, on your family, but it's going to come through your own achievements. So that is going to be an important moment in time, because it's all about the big change. You and your family, or you or people around you, are going to realize, if you haven't got a family, then you within yourself is going to realize that there's a big change that is about to take place, but a good change and a very significant change, and you will like it indeed. Okay, when it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingy, Geminini, ooh la la, let me tell you this, my good Gemini, let me tell you this. This is an important moment in time, because there is a certain adjustment that you're going to make. You will be focusing on your life, and also you're going to find yourself somewhere outside. You're going to find yourself somewhere by the nature this week. And when you find yourself by the nature this week, there is an omen that you're going to have, an omen that you're going to see. And this time, this omen is also going to be connected to the love that is about to walk into your life. This omen is going to be very significant and very different, because it's going to happen in the form of like a little animal, like a cat or like a dog. There is something going to be very significant about their size. There is also something going to be very significant about the way they look. They will be in a way very beautiful, but also very cute, because they will do something, they will be doing something that will be very cute. At the same time, this is also going to be the confirmation that someone very interesting and very important is about to walk into your life, who is going to make a lots of difference, because this person is going to be different, and this person is about to change your life. So once you see this omen, you will know that it's not going to be long until this person walks into your life. Okay, now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is, of course, going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Cancer. Cancerini. This is all about you just changing really things that you wanted to change around you. This week in particular, you're going to be completely like, oh my God, your immediate environment. But then this is just so important, because when we have this energy, when we have this feeling, when we have this vibration, when it comes to our immediate environment, that we need to make certain changes. This is so important moment in time when it comes to us, our energy, our health, and our feng shui, because that is an important moment in time, because that is also marking the start of changes that are going to happen in your life, all through your own hard work. This is an important moment in time of transformation, because now you are getting into the different vibration of an energy, my gorgeous Cancerinis. On one hand, you were working a lot. On another hand, you were worrying a lot. And then again, that affected your way of thinking, and it affected your balance without you even realizing. And you were really wise, because you carried on and you carried on and you carried on. And now most certainly this is going to be like, ooh la la, very, very vavavumish moment in time when it comes to you, because that wiseness that you did, that wise decision to just carry on and carry on, now at the same time, it's going to lead towards your success, especially when it comes to your finances, and especially when it comes to your material attainment. And also at the same time, it's going to help you to make a certain decision, and that decision is also going to be connected to you changing something, to you ending the certain stage of your life, because most certainly now this is going to come to an end. But also this is just going to be an incredible moment in time, because it's certain advice that you had not that long ago, it's also going to kind of become really important, because it's just all about the certain realization that there's some kind of money that you were expecting, it's actually nearly due. but then again, you didn't expect it to be as like quick as now. So that's why this is going to be an important moment in time, because it is about your success, and it is about your gain, and it is about you finding yourself in a slightly like a higher area, higher section of your life, indeed. And that in itself is just going to help you to feel free, and it's going to help you to realize some kind of about something very important about your prosperity. But also on another hand, it's just going to be something that is going to create the actual way for you to a certain new option, and some kind of negotiation is actually going to take place. On another hand, if you do need to negotiate, if you do need to have a negotiation, if you do need to start something, if you do need to sign something really big, or if you do need to buy something really huge or something significant, this week is just going to be absolutely everything, because the balance is going to be absolutely perfect, and you will realize that you've got more resources than anything in order to kind of do like a really big decision and really big change in your life. But you're just waiting to have that a little bit of like a power, a little bit of room, a little bit of confidence. Now, most certainly this week is going to bring you confidence, and also you will make an important decision when it comes to the certain possession when it comes to you, and certain possession. Now this is going to be absolutely right balance, absolutely perfect vibration, absolutely perfect energy to make a certain idea when it comes to the possession that you have. And that in itself, it's also going to mark the beginning of a very important stage in your life when it comes to the actual combination of material and spiritual prosperity, but also it's to do with the future planning and the certain creativity. And it's also like at the time of your life, you know, that you were really sorry, the time of your life when you were really stressing about certain things, because you knew that there is a certain change that you're going to need to do, there is a certain obstacle that you're going to need to make, there's a certain border that you're going to need to cross in order to get to the certain stage, and you were stressing about, you were worrying about. And now this is going to be absolutely perfect time, because the new plan is just going to help you to kind of deal with this particular situation. And that is going to be amazing, because it's on one hand, it's going to help you to realize practicality, security when it comes to your money, when it comes to your finances. But then on another hand, this is also going to be completely connected to the certain challenge, which is most certainly very soon going to become a proposition. And that proposition that you are going to have, it's going to become very, very interesting and very attractive new option in your life. You're also going to hear a good news about somebody again in your family. Somebody in your life is going to have a good news this week, and that is going to put like a massive smile on your face, and it's going to make you feel really happy, because you were worrying about that person and you weren't too sure. And also it is a certain part of your life, certain problem is coming to an end, so you're going to make a really important decision, and that in itself is going to be a significant moment in time for you, because it's all about the beginning of something very, very, very significant and very, very, very special in your life that's going to take place this week. And most certainly it's going to be the beginning of the swift activity and change with like a part of your life and the area of your life that it's slowly coming to an end, and it needs changes. Maybe you're giving too much of yourself. Maybe you should delegate. My gorgeous Cancerinis a little bit. It's time to delegate a little bit, change a little bit, because you're getting to the very strong and very powerful point in your life. Okay, when it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous Cancerinis, when it comes to the actual health, please just make sure that you are carrying on taking like a calcium, magnesium, zinc and vitamin D. This is so important for you to take, because your whole skeleton is going to be rather sensitive. Your whole skeleton is going to be a little bit sensitive. Just make sure that you're taking this supplements, and also just make sure that you're drinking aloe vera juice. Organic aloe vera juice is also going to help you with your stomach a little bit, because your stomach is going to be quite sensitive, and there is a lot of bloatedness going to be going on. So just make sure that you are drinking aloe vera juice, because it's a very important and it's very significant when it comes to the actual goodness, when it comes to like feeling calmness, when it comes to your stomach, and it's got so much goodness in that. It's just going to have a wonderful effect for any stomach issues, any stomach negativities, any type type of vibration like this. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, just check with your doctor or check with your GP, because only your doctor or only your GP can actually tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, what else I was going to say, for those of you that are in relationship, my gorgeous Cancerinis, you see your partner is going to have a very, very good news indeed. And that is going to happen at the right time. And that is most certainly going to, at the same time, provide a new option. However, it is going to lead your both lives into an advancement, okay? Into a very, very good advancement. And it is going to become a very important moment in time. It's going to be like a food for thoughts. Something is just going to become obvious here, an option, and it's just going to require from you to do big changes in your life, but slowly, one step at a time, my gorgeous Cancerinis, one step at a time. And when it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingy, ooh, stranger in the night, na 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 na. Cancerini, my gorgeous Cancerinis, I'm just like seeing you completely full of love, full of energy, full of power, full of this beautiful vibration that you are going to have throughout this week. But let me tell you something, there is someone very beautiful about to become the part of the scenario. You are going to be going through certain changes, and you are going to find yourself being the part of this dimension, part of this energy, part of this group, and you're going to feel very calm. There are some people going to be around you that are sharing your energy, sharing your love, sharing your vibration, but there's some other people that are going to be completely different, but it is going to create a rather wonderful balance where you're going to feel very harmonious energy. This is going to be the moment in time when somebody is about to manifest, who is about to change your life, my gorgeous Cancerinis. There is a romance I'm seeing, romance you will be having, and this is only the beginning. I'm not saying that you're going to end up like kissy with this person straight away, but this is only going to be the beginning. Just remember, when we find the right people in your life, just remember, when people are meant to be with us for a long time, we don't start from the end, and work yourself backwards. We start at the right time, start at the right moment in time, and then work your way up in the right way. Not start at the end and work your way backwards, because that never works. But however, most certainly this is going to be someone that is going to bring absolutely beautiful love into your life. Stranger in the night. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my powerful Leo. Leonis, you are just going to feel so good this week, because you will reach the very interesting stage when it comes to your financial situation, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your career. Very important moment in time, because it is not only about the news that you are going to have, the realization that you are going to have, but it's also something very important where it's going to happen when it comes to your finances. You're going to start feeling very, very strong indeed, because the certain confirmation is on one hand going to make you feel so super, it's going to make you feel so good, and on another hand it's going to make you feel like very perfect, because it's all about a certain honor that you are going to feel, and it's all about the recognition about your own ability, and that is going to be very good bounce back, especially when it comes to the certain stage in your life, maybe a few months ago when things were like really unfolding really, really slow, when it comes to career, when it comes to finances, because there was like so much going on. So now this is going to be an important moment in time when it comes to that particular unfoldment. The certain option is just going to become so obvious here when it comes to the future planning. You are one step closer to make one of the biggest changes in your life, and you know that this is going to happen. You know that this is something that you wanted to do, and it's just going to be on your mind. You know what, this life is just just so short, you know. We are like 15, we are like 20, we are 30, we are 40, we are 50, we are 60, we are 70, we are 80, we are 90, and we're still feeling in our head like we are 60. We still feel in our head like we are 40, 30, 20. You know, this is how it goes. This life goes so quickly, so quickly, so quickly. We are not too long on this earth, indeed. And you are going to have that type of moment, my gorgeous Leonis, that type of moment that you are going to have, my beautiful, my gorgeous Leonis. And you know what? That type of moment is sacred. This week is going to be sacred because that moment is going to bring you Vavavumish energy, Vavavumish feeling, which is going to make you feel really confident. And on one hand, this is going to prove something to you. This is going to confirm something to you. But on another hand, it is just going to be all part of your transformation, all part of your rebirth that is just going to open your eyes towards some kind of like awakening that you wouldn't normally have. And that awakening that you wouldn't normally have, it's also going to help you automatically to deal with a certain scrutiny, to deal with a certain problem around you. When it comes to the certain person, there is some kind of decision that you are going to make that is going to be really good, and it is going to become a really important stepping point. But on another hand, certain departure and journey, and most certainly an advancement, is going to become very, very significant here. I'm so happy because you're going to find yourself in a very interesting waters indeed. And what these interesting waters are going to bring to you, some kind of new options, new idea, some kind of new beautiful sun, new light into your life. But it's all about a certain experience and a certain success that you had so far. But that is going to come to an end. Not the experience and the success, but a certain journey, because you, my babies, are about, you, my gorgeous Leonis, are about to go to jump like a very on a very advanced level indeed. Instead of from 1 to 2, you will jump from 1 to 7. 7, oh yeah, very, very sacred number. It's a very angelic number. So this week your number, your lucky number, it's most certainly going to be 7. But then again, also there is a certain investment that you made not that long ago, and that investment that you made not like that long ago, this is going to bounce back, and it's gonna be good, and it's gonna make you feel, yeah baby, vavavumish indeed. The wise investment that you made was something that happened at this time when it was very illusional in a certain way, because you lost your assertiveness a little bit because of the certain scrutinizing person around you was like driving you not crazy, but was draining your energy a little bit, so you didn't realize. So there is going to be a really wonderful realization that you are going to have here. And that realization that you're going to have here is to do with a certain wise investment. That could have been like, maybe you bought this, maybe you bought that. It depends what it was, you know, it really absolutely depends. But the actual realization that you're going to have, it's almost going to be, my Lord, my God, that was really, really wise indeed. Okay, so it's also time to check something that you bought some while ago, how much it costs now, for example, and things like that. Time to play. And also, so it's going to be the realization about really wise investments. It's going to bounce back. And also, very more importantly, it's also going to be the great week, my gorgeous Leonis. Great week to invest in general. Great week for negotiations. Great week to sign things, you know, and great week to start things, because it's going to bounce back really beautifully indeed. So this is all about the wise investments. Wise investments. You're going to be very clever this week. I'm not saying that you're not clever. You're very clever and smart always. You've got this beautiful courage and confidence that is just above everything else. This energy is so strong. This energy is so powerful indeed. But now this is going to be the combination of this amazing bombastic energy that you're going to have. So my babies, use it to the best of your abilities when it comes to you being noticed by other people, whether it's to do with relationships, whether it's to do with love, whether it's to do with a career, whether it's to do with looking for a new job, whether it's to do with a promotion. Do as much as you can, my babies, because this week you will be noticed. This is a very important time for you. And also you're going to discover something very significant when it comes to you, and most certainly it's about a certain adjustment and a certain influence that you had that is just going to make sense now like there is no tomorrow. The motivation from the right person, somebody motivates you within the last 7 months. And that motivation is just going to be so good, because by that person who motivated you, there is something very successful that is going on in their lives. There is something very successful that they're going through. And that in itself is just going to be also confirmation for you, which is just going to bring you another beautiful, harmonious energy, which is on another hand going to kind of make you realize that there's some kind of turning point is about to happen, and you are going to kind of like be very little bit indecisive, but most certainly you will indeed, my gorgeous Leonis, make a very important decision by the end of this week as well. And the decision that you're going to make, it's also going to be connected to you. It's going to be connected to what you do. It's going to be connected to your home, happiness, joy, pleasure, and most certainly big change indeed. But it's all about the good news, and it's all about the actual gain. It's all about a certain advancement. It's all about the actual expectations, but it's just like the certain desires that you didn't even think that they would happen. They will most certainly happen. And now that is the very important time about the rediscovery, but most certainly big change you will make. Indeed, big change you're going to feel drawn to, and it's going to be down to you, my babies. Just carry on doing exactly what you were doing, because this big change is about to unfold. And once it hits you, boom, boom, it's going to be brilliant, because that is going to lead towards one of the biggest changes that every single Leone did in the world in a really, really long time, because it's going to make you to kind of see your situation like completely from a completely different angle, because what is going to become evident and available to you in the immediate future, in very close future, is just going to have a really beautiful and big jump over everything that you have done so far. And that's why I can't tell you how important this week for you, my gorgeous Leonis, is going to be. I'm telling you, this is all leading towards a really big change, you know, something that you wanted to do for such a long time, and then you just didn't even think about it, and then something that was giving you stress because it just wasn't obvious, like it wasn't easy to do, it was just requiring like too much change and things like that. So now this is all changing, because the picture is just going to become a crystal clear. And once the picture is crystal clear, this is just going to become a very important moment in time for you, and it's on another hand going to also bring you really, really amazing opportunity that is just completely going to blow you away. It's going to completely surprise you at around the end of this week. Also, very, very good news. You're going to hear about a certain person in your life, somebody who is very close to you is going to have a very, very good news this week, and you are going to benefit from this, because it's just going to kind of like have such a wonderful effect on you, and it's going to inspire you as well. A judgment, certain judgment you're going to need to make. Please, my gorgeous Leonis, this is important. If somebody's in your mind and you get like really upset with somebody, your vibration is going to be very strong, so don't think negatively, don't think in a low way, don't bring the negative vibration whatsoever. Whoever comes to your mind this week, I know it sounds weird, but whoever comes to your mind this week, don't think about them in a horrible way, don't slag them off in your mind, because even our way of thinking, this is all energy, and it's all creating this particular energy. We can't see it, but we are creating it. It's there, so it's very strong. But there is a certain person in particular that is going to get on your nerves this week. You must not fight with them. You must not go low. You know, somebody's just going to like kind of get on your nerves a little bit. Just remember, forgive and forget right then and there. Nothing to do with you, nothing to do with you, like what you've done. It's all coming from this particular person, but it's just so important for you not to kind of bite it or not to go low. Just rise above it and just forgive and forget. Okay, forgive and forget, forgive and forget, forgive and forget. This is so important. And that in itself, it's also going to automatically make you realize some kind of brave situation that you've dealt with, but at the same time it's going to unreveal some kind of like a new option when it comes to your life. But also it's so much to do with a certain request and challenge, but most certainly that is going to lead towards the certain proposal and promotion of your life in general. If you're looking for work, just please keep going like as much as you can. And also if you're like retired and you're not looking for work, just try to make yourself available out there as much as you can, because something something very, very important. It's about to happen this week, but it's going to surprise you because you're going to find yourself in an unusual place at unusual time, and that is going to bring you this particular turning point that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, and also most certainly it's going to bring new energy, new vibration, and that in itself is going to bring you enlightenment and vitality like you didn't have in a really long time, and beautiful, beautiful healing energy and beautiful healing power indeed. On another hand, what else I was going to say, basically, it's just like when it comes to your health, my gorgeous Leonis, when it comes to your health, it is just basically make sure that you don't overwork yourself this week, and make sure that you have the right balance. Make sure that you're drinking lots of water. Make sure that you cut out sugar. Make sure that you cut out coffee. Make sure that you cut out as much, make sure that you cut out as much as you can sweets, because this is something that you shouldn't eat. And every single Leonis who ever is eating sweets, and maybe like eating too many sweets, and especially like in the evening, especially after the certain point, please don't do it, because it's going to affect you in such a way when you're going to have lots of bloatedness as well. This is something that I need you to pay attention to, and also just make sure that you are actually taking wheatgrass, organic wheatgrass. Normally option on the market, it's like New Zealand, and I don't know what else, like New Zealand. I would go for New Zealand, organic wheatgrass from New Zealand, or any other country you prefer. And it's just so important to take a wheatgrass every single morning, okay, and take 1 little teaspoon with that much water and drink it. You know, it tastes like a grass. It's not disgusting. Lots of people say, oh, it's disgusting. To me, it's actually really nice. It's like a grass. To me, it tastes like a green tea, like a whole green tea, you know, like a matcha, how do you say it? Yeah, it tastes like that to me. So I don't know, but it's very important for you to take a wheatgrass, because it's got first thing in the morning, because it's going to help you to flush out the toxins, and it's going to help you to regenerate your body, and it's also going to help you a lot with the actual bloatedness. So this is something I highly recommend. And on another hand, what else I was going to say, that it's rather important to take something like a cod liver oil, or a fish oils, or a flaxseed oil, the plant version, which is just going to help you to keep your joints moist, because your joints and your skeleton is again going to be rather sensitive. So it's like the combination of cod liver oil or fish oil, or the actual flaxseed oil is the plant version of these fish oils, because it's going to help to keep your joints moist, which is really important, and vitamin D as well. The cod liver oil normally comes with the vitamin D, but an additional vitamin D is going to be rather important. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, check with your doctor or check with your GP whether you can take these medications or not. And also just make sure if you take these supplements, natural supplements that I recommend, just make sure that they're 100% natural, without any horrible ingredients, without any unnecessary chemicals, and without being GM and GM free, of course, you know. Very, very important indeed. Okay, so now basically when it comes to those of you in the actual relationship, you know, you're getting the really important stage, really important moment in time, and there is a very important realization that you're both going to have, and that realization that you're both going to have is going to require from you to carry on and be very responsible, because your life is about to take a different route. Your life is about to change, but this is going to be good change, this is going to be significant change, and this is going to be the long needed change indeed. But this is going to be like a very important starting point. Okay, when it comes to those of you Leonis that are single and ready to mingy, you know, very important, because it's just like a this is what's very significant here. Somebody who is very high up in your mind, somebody who you think of very highly, somebody very significant, somebody very important, somebody very powerful, is actually going to, somebody who you think is really powerful in many different ways, somebody who is nice, and somebody who gives really beautiful advice, somebody who's really clever, somebody who always does the right things in their lives. They were always like that, this particular person in your eyes. That person is going to meet up with you, somebody who you think of really highly, and they're going to give you an advice. Now, my gorgeous Leonis, you need to pay attention to the advice this person is giving you, because at the same time they're going to give you something else, a very beautiful gift. That very beautiful gift That candle made sense. Made sense. The candle. Oh, that candle made a noise. Hello. Yes. So basically, you're gonna receive like a certain advice, and through that advice, you're going to receive a certain gift, and through that gift, you're going to receive a certain realization. And that particular thing is going to be very important for you, because something is going to happen at the same time, and something is going to start changing in your life, in your way of thinking, and that in itself is going to be very important time, because that important time is actually going to be the beginning of someone very special who is about to walk into your life. Indeed, I like it, because this is going to be very, very special moment in time for you, and you will see exactly what I mean. So talking to this person who you think of very highly, it's going to play a major and important role in your life when it comes to your actual relationships. Okay, because that is going to bring a very significant situation when you're gonna kind of be in touch with somebody very, very special who is going to stay there for a long, long time. Okay, so basically now before I start with Virgolini, I'm just going to come back in a second. I'm just going to be 1 second. You see, Liberina is already here. Okay, just a second, I'll be back. Okay. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Bum ba-dum bum 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 ba 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 bum ba-dum bum 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 ba 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 ba. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Hello, my gorgeous Virgo, my gorgeous Virgo, my gorgeous, gorgeous Virgo. Basically, this is going to be an important moment in time for you, of course, because this is the beginning of really important changes. This is the beginning of really significant changes. This is the beginning of a very, very important week indeed. The beginning of this week, my gorgeous Virgolinis, is going to feel very, very interesting, because it's going to be like the really beautiful and fresh and very powerful energy that is just going to have such a wonderful impact on you in many different ways. But at the same time, you are going to hear something very important and very significant when it comes to your own personal progress. So whether you're working at the beginning of this week is just going to be so good, because some kind of new option is just going to reflect on your working situation, some kind of new learning experience, some kind of new option, some kind of new stage is just going to become very evident and very important when it comes to your work. However, this is all up to do with your accomplishment. This is all to do with your actual apprenticeship, and this is all to do with like the things that you like doing. It's an important moment in time because something is going to become evident, and also that in itself is going to be an important moment in time because you will know that you are reaching a very, very vavavumish and very important stage and very important moment in time indeed. And the moment in time that you are reaching now, it's going to be the peak of something very significant when it comes to the actual change. Every Virgolini is going through a really big change. Every Virgolini is just going to kind of like a subconsciously start preparing for a very significant change when it comes to your life, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your way of living, way of thinking, but also when it comes to you actually making a really big change. This is so good, but you will also know that there is a certain learning experience that is going to become evident at the same time. For those of you that are actually looking for work, for those of you that haven't got a career, for those of you that are looking for work, this is just going to be also very, very important stage, very, very important week, because you are going to find something really huge and really important, and it is going to be connected to the new learning experience. And the new learning experience, it's always a good thing, which means that your spiritual journey is going to progress like it didn't progress in a really long time, because lots of Virgolinis felt like in like a slightly stationary positions. Lots of Virgolinis felt like the things haven't been moving as fast as the Virgolinis would want, as the way we would want, you know. So this is why the number 8, it's going to be an important number when it comes to you. This is going to be a lucky number when it comes to you, but also when it comes to finances, you know, this is probably going to be one of the best weeks. Not necessarily because, oh my God, I'm gonna like be showered with millions and things like that. Yeah, why not? But it's just about the realization that the money is nearly due. Money is nearly due, and it's all coming through your hard work. It's all coming through your own focus, and it's all coming through your own accomplishments. A lot of Virgolinis had to deal with like a very heavy karma indeed for the last 6 years. Lots of Virgolinis had to deal with like a quite heavy karma for the last 6 or 7 years, and that is an important moment in time, and it's just something that is actually going to come to an end, and something is going to happen this week. The certain situation is going to arise this week. Somebody's going to be a little bit stroppy, somebody's going to be like a little bit negative, but it's not going to be you, and it's not going to be nothing to do with you, but that in itself is going to be a very significant moment, because you will know that it's time for a new start. You will know that it's time to move on. You will know that it is time for the new beginning, because you're also going to realize that you escaped like some kind of negative situation. You made a decision not that long ago, and the decision that you made was a little bit confusing because you weren't too sure, you know, you were like, oh my God, is this the right thing or not? You weren't too sure whether this decision was made. Maybe it was influenced by something else. Maybe it was influenced by some other people. But however the decision is really made, but if you didn't go down that road, if you didn't, my gorgeous Virgolini, made this decision, you wouldn't find yourself in a place that you're going to find yourself now. Not only for the accomplishment, this is going to be a great moment in time. Not only something is going to be proven to you, there is also like a little fear that you had because something that you started doing slightly differently not that long ago, maybe 5, 6, 7 or even 8 months ago, maybe in the last year you started doing something in a slightly different way. You started projecting your energy in a slightly different way because things changed a little bit. Now this is going to be so good, because at the same time this is going to be kind of the time when you're going to deal with somebody who's like scrutinizing you and somebody who's like bringing you down a little bit, my little Virgolinis. It is just a moment in time when you will kind of realize whether you are completely happy with the people in your life, whether you're completely happy with the people around you, whether you're completely happy with the people in your world. Because sometimes certain people, if we are completely unhappy against you, and especially if they're scrutinizing us, and especially if they're draining our energy, it's just going to be the best to move on really and go somewhere else. Whether these are our lovers, whether these are our partners, whether these are people who we do vavavoom with, or whether this is your work, whether this is your career, whether these are people that you are no longer meant to be there. It could be just the people at your work, or it could be like your boss or something, whoever has been draining your energy this week, that has been happening for quite a while. It is just going to be the time and the moment to move on. And also you are most certainly going to reach a very important stage when you know that you will realize you are working on something very important. You started working on something very important, and you started to gain like a really superb confidence. This is beautiful when it comes to you, my gorgeous Virgolinis. This is absolutely amazing, because there is a certain confidence that you are that you started to gain not that long ago, whether you realized or not. And that certain confidence made you to react in a certain way, made you to deal with certain problems, made you to deal with certain issues, and you are doing really, really well. This is going to come back, and this is going to bounce back this week, my gorgeous Virgolinis, because you are still kind of doing something that is the part of the very, very long process, and something that is involving lots of other people, and something that you're not only the one, something that comes from a long journey, it's connected to a certain group of people, but it's down to you to make a necessary adjustments. It's down to you to make a necessary arrangements, and this most certainly is going to be absolutely brilliant, because now this is going to become your sacred security, because you're about to realize something very, very important about yourself this week, my gorgeous Virgolinis. And I like it because deep down this is something that you wanted to do in such a long time. This is something that is going to be direct answer to your unhappiness, maybe the moments in life where I'm not saying you're always unhappy, but those moments in life that you were unhappy for the past 24 months, this is all going to start make sense, and this is all going to be a very strong and very powerful confirmation for you. And I'm so happy, because that in itself is just going to be kind of like connected to the certain basically meditation. Don't forget to meditate, and don't forget to relax, and don't forget to ground yourself this week as well. Very important to spend a little bit of time in the forest, in the real forest, my gorgeous Virgolinis, in the real forest. And also to put your hand like this on the tree. It's good to re-energize yourself with the power of the tree, with the energy of the tree, because that is going to be something very important, and at the same time it's going to re-energize you. It's going to make you feel really powerful, it's going to make you feel really wise, and it's going to help you to make a really powerful decisions as well. But there is one powerful decision that you're actually going to make this week, my gorgeous, my beautiful Virgolini, indeed. And that decision is just going to be so important, because it's all about you getting to the certain stage of your life, and that is also going to be kind of all about you kind of offering something, offering certain service. You're going down the certain road, which is going to take you towards a specific goal. There is something very important that is going to happen, very sharp and very significant when it comes to your particular spiritual journey that you're actually going to do this week, that is going to make you even 100 times closer to something very specific that you wanted to do in such a long time. My gorgeous Virgolinis, you're all around the place, but it's very good, because this is the time of awakening, of your spiritual awakening. So it's normal to have all these ideas. This week is going to be full of ideas, but just remember, it's always true. Just stay true to yourself, and don't rush in any decisions whatsoever. Okay, just take some time out, just think about it, and just go for it. On another hand, it's an amazing negotiation that you're going to have this week, and the actual outcome of this negotiation that you're going to have this week, it's going to be brilliant, because it's going to, on one hand, it's going to help you to rest, and it's going to be awakening at the same time. On another hand, you're going to be able to see the certain hidden enemy, and something is also going to be confirmed to you about the certain hidden enemy. And then on another hand, it's all about your success, and it's all about the advantage, and it's all about you realizing your victory, and also the certain wish, the certain dream of yours is just going to have a really important unfoldment as well. when it comes to the courts or anything like that, if it's to do with a certain judgment, if you're waiting for some kind of outcome, there is going to be a very significant moment in time where you were like kind of worrying, you felt like really scared, you felt really strange, but it is going to be like a really great outcome. But that outcome is also going to require from you to make a certain judgment, and also it's just going to be very important for you to forgive and forget, because this is all about your particular improvement. This is all about your particular development, and also outcome of the past refer. This week is going to be the week of your rebirth, my gorgeous Virgolinis, and that in itself is going to be absolutely an amazing time, because it's all about you taking your life on the next stage, you taking your life on the next level, because it's all about the promotion. You will be watched, but you will do really well. You will be watched, but you will do really great. So you use this vibration. Even if you feel sick, even if you feel bad, even if you feel negative, just remember you are protected by the angels. You are having the wings of an angel that you can't see, but most certainly they help you fly. They will help you fly this week. My point is just throw yourself into the situation and you will see. This week is all about you testing the waters, all about you jumping in the water and realizing that if you don't jump in the water, you're never going to learn how to swim. Okay, this is so important. My point is that you have to be very open-minded, because there are a couple of situations that you will have this week, and they're both going to happen in a weird way, because you will be, first situation is going to be connected to the certain area that you're going to find yourself at, and that is going to bring you like an interesting realization. Okay, that is going to bring you an interesting realization, and the new plan as well is going to come out of some kind of problem. And the other situation is also going to happen out of the blue through the certain person who is going to be playing an important role in confirming something to you. The right energy with the right person is going to bring the right balance, and the right balance is going to bring the right vibration, and the right vibration is going to bring you the right wiseness, and the right wiseness is going to take you places when it comes to your mind and when it comes to your way of thinking. And that in itself is just going to be an amazing moment in time, because you will realize a great accomplishment. Very, very important journey, very important stage this is going to be for you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, and it's going to last right until the end of September. Then October, it's going to be like a very vavumish, because that is going to be an important unfoldment from everything that's been happening this week. But the unfoldment, when I say, you're just gonna become more certain and more certain about the big change. I am talking about a huge, massive change, and I'm talking about something very important that is going to take place, and this is going to be a confirmation. But also, this is all about your success. This is all about your power. This is all about you realizing you reaching a very important stage of your life when it comes to the certain turning point, and a very significant ending. And on another hand, there is some kind of like certain journey is going to take place this week. Certain journey for every single Virgolini, whatever is going on in your life, whatever you do, whatever you're planning to do, whatever you're planning to make, there is going to be the certain journey that you're going to have, the certain journey that you're going to plan, and that is going to be connected to all this situation. This is going to be so important, because it is just going to be at the same time going to be connected to the certain advancement into the unknown, but then again it's going to be invitation and opportunity that is also going to arise through that moment. You will realize that this is going to be absolutely amazing, ridiculously important moment in time, the moment of your transformation, the moment of your power, the moment of your vibration. It's just going to be like absolutely vavavumish indeed. Look at this card. This is all about rebirth. The death is one of the best cards, my gorgeous Virgolinis, I can possibly take, because most certainly not that this is only your time. September indeed, when you're striving and you're very strong and you're very powerful at this moment in time anyway, but this is going to completely confirm that you are going to have a rebirth, and your life is going to start changing the way it is right now, and everything is going to stop, everything is going to be changed later on. But this is purely because the certain stage is coming to an end, and most certainly you're going to have your own rebirth that is about to change your life. Use this energy, use this power, use this vibration. make yourself available, go out there and just basically just make yourself like being part of every single situation, because this is all about you tapping into the energies we don't normally tap, doing things we don't normally do, be with people you're not normally around with, and every single situation, every single person is going to have a certain lesson, and that certain lesson is all going to be some kind of confirmation for your particular spiritual journey, and it's going to make you feel very honorable. It's going to bring you like also at the same time like a really beautiful inspiration, but also it's going to bring you wonderful good news when it comes to your direction, and you're going to hear a good news about somebody very special in your life as well, and that is going to put a big smile on your face. But this is all about your security, all about your power, all about your finances, all about your life feeling very solid, and most certainly ending. My gorgeous Virgolinis, if I have ever seen like a really big change when it comes to you, my babies, now most certainly this is going to be an important moment in time, because this change is also going to be very important moment in time when it comes to your own rebirth. I'm so happy for you, because also it is just going to be like a very negative stage of your life. It's coming to an end, and the negative stages like when it comes to worries about money, about personal security, like when it comes to like finances and things like that, now this is coming to an end, and an amazing life-changing option it's most certainly going to show itself by the end of this week, my gorgeous Virgolinis, indeed. What else I was going to say, like when it comes to your health, it's just so important, my gorgeous Virgolinis, when it comes to your health, to actually make sure that you take vitamin D and calcium. Vitamin D and calcium is going to be very important when it comes to your bones, but also the bloatedness. You're also going to have a bloatedness quite significant this week. Just make sure that you're having a nice diet, make sure you're drinking lots of water, but above all, I would like to suggest you to get wheatgrass, organic wheatgrass from New Zealand. It's actually really good, and if you can take one glass with a little bit of like 1 teaspoon, 1 glass like this big of 1 glass of water, mix it up and drink it every single morning, like when you wake up. It's just so important, because it's going to help you to get rid of the toxins. It's going to help you with rejuvenation. It's going to help you to it's going to make you feel so much better, but it's also above all going to help you with the bloatedness, with your stomach and things like that. And at the same time, please make sure that you keep on taking spirulina, because it's so important to take this also the very first thing in the morning, because spirulina tablets, organic spirulina tablets or spirulina powder is a little bit more difficult to take, but the tablets are brilliant because it's much easier to take, but they need to be organic. And spirulina, organic and without any horrible ingredients, and spirulina is just in itself, it's going to be brilliant because it's going to help you to re-energize indeed. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you need to check with your doctor, you need to check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. When it comes to those of you that are in relationship, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you see, you just need to sit down, and also there is a certain problem, a certain issue that is going to arise, and this is very important to deal with. Very important to see where this problem is coming from. Very important to deal with this issue then and there. It's a significant moment in time, because if you don't, this is also like a highly important moment karmically. And it means that if you leave certain things behind, or if you ignore certain things, they're going to come back and they're going to slap you on both sides of your face, like you're going to get spiritual slap. So this is not good, and it's not going to be good because it's going to be quite heavy. So it's important for you to deal with something. There is some kind of negativity and negative situation that is going to arise in between you and your partner. It's not going to be like, oh my God, it's awful. No, but it's just something that it's going to be important from you to deal with then and there, because if you don't, then it's going to become a much bigger problem later on. Okay, now, oh gosh, okay, I'm gonna pick them up later. Now basically what else I was going to say, the next I almost forgot singles. Okay, now my gorgeous Virgolinis, for those of you that are single, ooh la la, there is some kind of person going to become available, and I really like it because this is someone really cool, this is someone really nice, this is someone who's going to make you feel so much better about yourself. I think it's somebody like really good looking, somebody really clever, somebody really smart, somebody really intelligent, but above all, it's just somebody who you don't think that would actually pay attention to you. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like somebody who's looking like amazing, or maybe somebody who you just don't think that it would notice you is actually going to notice you. They've noticed you already, so now this is going to be bounced back, and it's so good because there is something quite older about them, but not necessarily physically, but spirit, and all spirits they have, and they're able to see something in you, something very special and something very significant. And generally this is a really lovely person, my gorgeous Virgolinis. Stranger in the night. Okay, so basically my babies, just go out and just flirt as much as you can, enjoy yourself as much as you can, because this person is going to be someone really, really special, and that person is very honest, and that person is going to say something, react in a certain way, and they will be honest because this is the way they are. I don't think this person can be bad or negative. I don't think this person can lie. I really like their vibration, and I really like their energy indeed. Okay. Okie dokie, couple of pokies. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my powerful, my beautiful Libra. Libera, 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 Libera. Libera, 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 libera. Libera, libera. Libera, 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 libera. Remember, it's a butterfly. Libera, 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 libera. Libera, 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 libera. My gorgeous, my ever so precious Libera, Libera, Libera. It's all about the certain journey. You are about to start something very special this week. You are about to start something very significant this week, and you just have to remember that there is a certain option that is going to become available to you. And you just have to remember not to be greedy and stay true to yourself. When I say not to be greedy, I'm not saying you're a greedy person at all, but sometimes there is the balance of energy that can actually make certain things to look slightly differently, or they can make us like think in a certain way, and it can affect our balance, so we can kind of misjudge the situation. The bottom line is there is going to be a fantastic opportunity that you are going to have this week, and this is all about the advancement. Your life, it's about to go from one stage, my gorgeous Libra, to another stage, but also at the same time the certain person is going to play a really Libera, an important role. A certain person is going to be playing an important role in your life, and also this is going to become something very important, very good influence, very good inspiration, very successful combination, which is just going to kind of make you realize that it's time to kind of adjust certain things a little bit, and it's time to change certain things a little bit, and it's time to move on with a certain stage of your life. This is so good because it's all about the recognition, and it's all about the certain invitation and opportunity. My goodness. Now, let me tell you something. Okay, let me tell you something, my gorgeous Libera. Basically, you know what? If you're looking for work, you just keep on applying for as much as you can. Okay, if you need work. If you are happy where you are, but you want a promotion, then you just do as much as you can, and you kind of, your light is going to be shining ever so brightly this week. You will be noticed by the Martians, you know. You'll be noticed by the aliens, you know. No, honestly, it's going to be so important. I'm not even joking. It's just basically just do as much as you can. Your balance is going to be like all around the place, very vibrant, very important, very strong, like this candle here, okay, which means that you will be able to use this to the best of your abilities, okay. If you're looking for work, keep on applying, do as much as you can. If you're working and you're happy where you are, just show yourself in such a way where project this energy in such a way where you're doing things, you will not even feel it, but you will be watched, because your energy is going to be very strong, and something is going to be offered to you when it comes to the actual promotion. Okay, an important moment in time. It may not happen this week, but this week is going to play a significant role when it comes to this. So please try to understand me. And for those of you like or who are looking for work, you may not get it this week, but it may be in a week later. But this week it's going to play like a major, massive, life-changing role. If you are retired, my gorgeous Liberinis, my gorgeous Libera, if you are retired, then this is also getting to the very important stage and a very important point in your life when you're about to make a very significant decision. And that decision is just going to reflect on you, your life, on the idea and decision that you made a long time ago, but you just couldn't implement it because you were waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right time. But it's a lot to do with you, with what you do, with your skill, with what you like doing, with your enjoy doing, with your like hobby and things like that. And most certainly step in the new direction, step into an unknown but an advancement, and you're gonna like it because there's going to be an element of like an advancement, but it's just like a lot to do with like a situation, like vibration of not knowing. But now this time, this moment in time, this is going to be absolutely perfect because it is just all about an invitation that you're going to have. Very important invitation you're going to have, an invitation and opportunity that you're going to have this week. And this is so good because it's all going to be about a certain approach, and it's all going to be very, very attractive to you indeed. And it's all about the advancement, and it's all about the actual challenge, and you must stay true to yourself because this is going to be an important moment in time when it comes to your own prosperity, well-being, when it comes to your luxury, when it comes to your future planning. You have to get it right, Libra, and you are going to get it right. And by getting it right, you just need to be very active this week. You need to be very open-minded this week. You need to do things slightly differently. Just make yourself available, make yourself like being out there. This is also at the same time going to be so good because it's just going to be the certain security that you are going to have, and also the certain luxury that is literally going to become the part of the scenario. But this is all down to your honor. This is all down to your practical knowledge. This is all down your basically strength, and it's also going to lead towards like admiration from others, honor, success, but also at the same time it's going to lead towards a certain negotiation. There's a very important negotiation that you're going to have, but it's going to be connected to somebody a little bit it's going to be connected to somebody quite negative. It's going to be connected to somebody really low vibration. So there is some kind of scrutinizing person that is actually going to take place here. But through this scrutinizing person, you're also at the same time somebody that was bringing you down, somebody that was making you feel really negative. At the same time, this is going to be so good because if you've got a yingy, yangy situation again, which is absolutely wonderful because that is going to play the direct impact on you, which is going to put you in touch with a certain authority person. The bottom line is a very, very, very good very good news from the authority. Let me tell you something, my gorgeous Libra. This week is going to bring you a life-changing, mind-blowing news when it comes to the certain authority in your life. And I'm so happy for you because finally, for the first time in a long time, it is just going to be connected to somebody who who was scrutinizing you, somebody who was making you feel bad, somebody who was making you feel negative about yourself. So you will be able to move on from that situation. You will be able to chill out from that situation, and also you will be able to kind of relax with a certain problem and a certain uncertainty in your life after that moment, which is going to lead towards your own awakening, which is also going to prove something very important to you. And this is where the optimism and the good energy and vibe, it's actually going to rise. I'm really happy for you because it's also like an indecisive situation that you are going to have. This is going to bring you like an indecisive situation, and the indecisive situation, it's also going to be connected to your transformation, but it's going to lead towards you making a certain adjustment, and that in itself is going to bring you a hermit mode, which is of course going to make you to be very much so in touch with your spirit guides, in touch with your angels, in touch with your subconscious mind, in touch with the universe, and it's going to make you really, really wise. And so that indecisive situation that you're going to have, it's going to come from a very, very deep, it's going to come from a very, very deep indeed, deep from your own energy, deep from your own dimension, deep from your own power, and it's going to make you feel like a very, very like hermitish indeed, like very deep feeling. As deeper feeling it is, the more wise you are. As deeper feeling it is, the more powerful you are. As sorry for yourself you feel, the more powerful you're going to be. As tired you'll feel, the more ecstatic later on you are going to be, because what's going to happen, you're going to feel that is going to bring you an indecisive moment, but on one hand that is also going to be the time when you're going to be thinking at the same time about your accomplishment, at the same time about your transformation. You're going to be thinking about what you need to do in order to like move on with your life, but also an indecisive situation, and you are going to make a really important decision. There are two things that you're going to be kind of keep on wondering about what to do to go to the next stage, and most certainly a very important decision you're going to make, and that decision is going to become at the same time a great awakening. You're going to have a very important awakening for you, for yourself, my gorgeous Librina, my gorgeous Libra, and that in itself, it's also going to provide you with like a really important realization when it comes to like a beginning of something very important. Also, it's coming through your own wish that is about to manifest, and that in itself, it's all going to lead towards like really amazing turning point. And that turning point is going to give you like one of the best realizations that you had in your life in a long time, because it's going to help you to move on in those areas in your life and make necessary changes, those areas that are really boring and they really came to an end, because that is going to make you feel like very powerful, very confident, and it's also going to lead towards the swift change. I'm so happy for you, because it's also going to kind of like be the fantastic week when it comes to you getting your balance back, and also going to be an important negotiation. The negotiation that you're going to have, it's going to bring a much better result than you would normally have, and it's brilliant because it's all part of this particular week, which is going to reflect on you in such an amazing and mind-blowing way indeed, because it's all about you feeling free, you feeling good, you feeling your own victory, and it's all about this overwhelming emotion, but it's also even more importantly the beginning of a very meaningful experience when it comes to your strength, when it comes to your power, when it comes to you having control over a situation, but especially also when it comes to the future planning. There is something very important in the immediate future that is going to become available. It's all from you, through you, making the right decision at the right time and being very mature about it indeed. Okay, when it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous Libra, when it comes to the actual health, it is just so important to actually make sure that you are taking the right exercises, because there is something going to be very significant when it comes to your body, and very significant when it comes to you moving in a different direction when it comes to your body. So this is just so important. If you can like go out there and do certain exercises, and if you're not able to do certain exercises, if you're able to do just a little bit, even just a little, moving your finger, even just a little bit, even anything that can actually be considered like some kind of exercise, it is going to be rather important. But above all, just make sure that you're drinking drinking lots of water, and you're also going to have like a kind of like a little bit of bloated. It's amazing that there are quite a few signs that I've seen with the bloatedness this week, which is very interesting, but it's a lot going to be going on as well. And so that's why just make sure that you take wheatgrass every single morning. You take organic wheatgrass from New Zealand, and that is also going to help you with like a bloatedness like there is no tomorrow. And that bloatedness is going to reflect on you and in your life, and you're going to feel so much better. So take a little glass of water, you mix it up with a little spoon, and just drink it every single morning on an empty stomach, and that is going to help you to rejuvenate yourself, to flush out the toxins, and it's a very good for transformation of energy in general. And what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Libra, please try to make sure that you kind of every now and then you kind of have a little meditation, even if you relax like on the bed for a few minutes, you know, with just like a kind of relaxing yourself. If you can go in the nature, spend the time by the water, it's very good and very spiritual, it's going to be good for you. Or kind of hug the tree. It is just going to help you so much when it comes to your balance, because you're going to be very spiritual, and the hermit mode that you're going to have, it's going to be rather powerful indeed. So that's why, to rejuvenate yourself and to help out with the balance in general, this is what you need to do. Just spend the time in the nature, even if it's like about 5 minutes, you know, just hug the tree and just kind of like basically exchange this powerful energy. Okay. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous Libra, basically for those of you that are actually in relationship, you know, it is just going to be an important moment in time, because especially your partner is going to do something, and your partner is going to need a little bit of your like a vavavumish power, because your partner is dealing with a quite difficult situation, difficult stage in their life when they need to be brave, and there is something not quite right. And to make this that's not quite right, I'm not saying it's coming from you, but your energy is just going to top this up. Your energy is just going to help so much. And everything you need to do this week, just make sure that you're praising up your partner, make sure you're doing things for your partner, and make sure that you are kind of making your partner's energy even more well balanced, because they're going to need to deal with a certain particular situation that they may not talk about it, but they need to be really brave. And so that's why it's taking a lot of energy from them. And in order for this to get the balance right, just make sure that you're kind of like doing something nice to your partner this week, like buy them something nice, take them somewhere nice, treat them in a way. This is such a good way to actually tap into this energy, and for the balance, it's going to return the balance, and it's going to make them feel even more better, and that in itself is going to rejuvenate them and make them to react in a certain way, because the bottom line is they're dealing with something, but they can only help themselves by themselves. Okay, but the best that you can do, all that you can do, is just to do what I said, because that is going to kind of strengthen their energy, strengthen their power. Okay, when it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingy, I'm sorry, Libra, you are going to have a great time, and I can see you like being out, and I can see you like meeting people and all that, but most certainly it is not going to be the person that you're going to meet that is going to change your life. But basically it is just going to be somebody very interesting that you're going to meet, but very quickly you're going to know that something is not quite right about that person, something very dishonest. And you're absolutely right, your psychic energy is just going to be on top of the world, so your third psychic eye is just going to be like that. Hello darling, how are you? You see, this is what it is basically. This is what it is basically. So you're going to realize this on time. But this is so important, because you every day, every week now, you're getting that day closer to meeting someone really special who's about to change your life. That person is going to be slightly different for who you normally go to, but most certainly it's going to be someone very, very special. So this is all part of your spiritual experience. Even through this, you will learn something very special, Libra, my gorgeous Libra. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, it's going to be my precious, my ever so powerful, my gorgeous Scorpio. Scorpioni, Scorpio, come out to play. Scorpio, come out to play. Scorpio, come out to play. I'm here. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpio, this is exactly how you are going to feel. Do you know what? It is like a very psychic feeling that you are going to have throughout this week. From the beginning of this week, you will feel very psychic. You will feel very deep. you will feel very spiritual, and that is going to confuse you a little bit. But then again, that in itself is going to be an important moment in time, because it is just going to kind of make you realize that something is about to change in your life. It's going to make you realize to be aware of the certain change, and aware of the to be aware of the certain change. And the way this is going to happen is just so important, because that change is not coming from you, but it's coming from somebody else. But maybe you wouldn't realize this if this week wouldn't happen, because someone is going to do something, some kind of a prominent person in your life is going to react in a certain way, and the way they're going to react is just going to be like basically the sign for you, very important sign for you, that if that didn't happen, then you wouldn't be able to see the certain danger. So it is a very good moment in time, because I'm again seeing that you're going to be able to realize the certain danger before that danger happened. But that is so good for you, because on one hand, I can't explain how important moment in time this is for you, because this only happens when you allow your spirit to go on the level that it hasn't been before, which means that your spirit is about to rise to a very important level. And this is why you're going to be provided with this opportunity. On one hand, you're going to learn something very special about yourself, but then because this is a very psychic moment. But on another hand, this, my babies, it's going to be the great, absolutely amazing and very significant game changer, because at that right moment in time, what exactly is going to happen, this is going to lead towards a really beautiful happiness, joy and pleasure. But also it's all about the peace, love, the actual some kind of very important reputation that is going to stem from it, that is going to come from it, the beginning of something very special. And that in itself is going to make you realize that there's a very big change that you are going to become the part of. And that big change that you are going to become the part of is just going to come much sooner than what you think. And you are most certainly going to be connected to the certain departure, certain journey almost immediately. And that is all going to be about you, your spiritual journey, your spiritual life, and your basically life going on an advancement, on a very, very advanced level. So basically, even if you think about your week now, you wouldn't be able to pinpoint what exactly I'm talking about until you get to the end of that particular week. And the end of that particular week is not only going to reveal something very important that is going to come through to you, to the certain authority, but it's also going to be something very important that is going to happen in an immediate family, that is going to affect you in a good way. It's going to be good, it's going to be positive, but it's also going to help your light to shine indeed, because you're about to illuminate certain part of yourself, certain stage of yourself, and that in itself is just going to become the beginning of like a very important adventure. On one hand, it's going to make you feel like really enthusiastic. It's going to give you new initiative. It's going to be connected to the new, whether it's a new school, new job, new career, new option. It is just going to become very vibrant stage and very vibrant part of your life, because you will know, my baby Scorpionis, that this is going to bring you unlimited possibilities. You know, if you've lost a little bit of womish power, if you lost a little bit of confidence, most certainly the confidence is going to return. And you Scorpionis, like when you've got your power of your mind like completely correct, when you've got the power of your mind that is completely balanced, you are so powerful, because you can manifest so much, like there is no tomorrow. Absolutely. And this is going to bring you realization by the end of this week that you must not waste your life, you must not waste your time, because the end of this week is going to bring you like, oh my god, like a vavavumish situation, realization that you need to make a certain change, and this change is big, this change is huge. And once you do this, once you go for it, once you jump into that water and start swimming, you will realize that you have unlimited possibilities that you are blocking yourself from having by thinking negatively, or by thinking in a different way, or by thinking in a non-correct way. And this is what is this non-correct way, by thinking negatively, which blocks things from happening, because you're super master when it comes to manifestations. And this is why you have to get this right, my gorgeous Scorpiones. This is going to mark, and this is going to be the really important starting point and the turning point in your life, which is going to be connected to the certain apprenticeship as well, but also also personal effort that you're going to really like to put in, and also the commitment to the task at hand is going to be absolutely mind-blowing and life-changing. And just remember that if you have some kind of confusion when you're like committed to the certain task at hand, just remember that this is all part of the game. This is all part of the spiritual journey, part of the game. When it comes to testing you, because you're going to be tested by your own karma, you're going to be tested by your own power, you're going to be tested by your own energy. And when I say tested, this is an important moment in time, because you're going to be provided by a very important decision, but by very important realization situation, which is going to be very much so a very important moment in time to you when it comes to your own wheel of fortune. Something is going to surprise you, something is going to happen. You're going to see a little cat or a little dog, and that is going to be your omen. And what they're going to do to you, they're going to prove something to you. Something is going to be confirmed, the new stage, the new direction, and it is most certainly going to give you the control over a situation, and that is going to bring you strength, that is going to bring you confidence, that is going to bring your power, and that in itself, it's also going to be leading towards your own accomplishment. But you are going to be indecisive a little bit, but the decision is also going to be made. Any important decisions that you need to be made, any important decision that you want to make, just make sure that you do it throughout this week, and make sure that you do it by the end of this week, because it's going to be the beginning of your rebirth. It is going to be the beginning of your transformation, because you are also going to feel very good, and your life is most certainly going to go on advanced level. I'm not saying that it wasn't happening before, that it didn't happen before. What you were doing, my gorgeous Scorpionis, so far, you were playing really well, you were playing really nicely, you were playing really carefully, you were playing really quietly. So now the play is going to become much stronger, much more powerful, much more significant, much more fantastic, and that play is going to reflect on you in such a way when it's going to require from you to react much quicker. So it's all about a swift change. This energy shift, it is going to bring a really wonderful vibration, but also swift change with those areas that were really boring in your life, that didn't make sense anymore. And it's also going to bring a very important person back into your life. Friend, not a lover, not a vavavumish person, like a friend, like a very important friend is going to return into your life, and it's going to give you really life-changing advice without you even realizing. It's important because it's going to help you to realize certain deception, and it's also going to help you to realize certain obscurity, trickery and dishonesty and danger that could have happened if you didn't listen to this advice. Very important moment in time also, because this is going to mean something very special to you, the return of this person into your life. When I say the return of this person into your life, it could just be like maybe like through the text message or through the email, through like a social network or whatever it is, but it's going to be a very important moment in time, because it's going to help you quite a lot on your particular spiritual journey, and it is going to help you to be assertive. And also most certainly it's all about the actual opportunity that you are going to have at around the end of this week, and it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It's going to be really good, but it is going to require from you to be very brave, to be very optimistic, and to realize that sometimes in life we really have to go slightly different directions. Sometimes in life we really have to choose the certain path, that it wasn't the path that we wanted necessarily, but we have to be open-minded. We have to be like very adventurous, because the adventurous situation is actually going to reveal something that is going to literally change your life. But you need to be quick, and also there is a certain judgment that you are going to make, and that judgment that you're going to make, it's going to be so good because it looks like you will forgive something to someone. So karmically, this is an important moment in time to forgive something to someone. So whoever becomes the part of your mind who is like who you're really angry about or negative about, it doesn't matter. Just try to forgive and forget. I know I always say this, forgive and forget, but karmically this is so important, because I know it's easy for me to say because it depends what I did, these people, but it's just for you when it comes to your spiritual journey. It's about you. It's about your spiritual spiritual journey. It's about your little light that's lit inside you, that you are preventing from burning by being actually upset and really angry with somebody, by holding that anger. It looks like lots of you Scorpionis are going to have this anger, this negativity moment that you need to deal with. You need to forgive and forget, and that is automatically going to put you to rest. It's going to bring you balance, and it's also going to be the moment and the part of the greatest awakening you had in a really, really long time, because that is the only thing that is keeping you down from moving on. And that in itself is just going to shake the ground a little bit for you, my gorgeous Scorpionis, and that is going to be absolutely transformative and absolutely ridiculously powerful moment to you, because it's also going to lead towards you making a very important decision, which is going to reveal another important direction, slight changes that are going to happen after that moment in time. And that, more importantly, it's also going to bring you greatest honor. I'm so glad, because there is some kind of leader, some kind of person that you think of very highly, that is just going to provide you with a really beautiful feeling where you're going to feel the greatest honor about yourself. And that's just something that you waited for a long time, somebody that might be a little bit hard, somebody that may be a little bit difficult, somebody that really require from people to work quite a lot, that is just going to you're going to have your moment, and that moment is going to be absolutely everything, because on one hand it's going to give you strength, power, confidence, but on another hand it's going to give you the chance to start focusing towards a stage in your life that is just slightly different to the stage that you are living now, which means that there is a very important change that you're going to need to become the part of, but you will know that this is just progress towards a really big stage in your life, which is about to change, which is going to require from you changing your lifestyle a little bit and changing the way you live a little bit. But most certainly this is all about the completion. Very, very big moment in time, my gorgeous Scorpionis, because by the time you get to this week, it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing, life-changing completion that you are going to have. You will be wondering about something, you're going to make an important decision, but this is all about the advancement. This is all about perfection, recognition, honor, and this is most certainly, my baby, is going to lead towards the ultimate change. And it's all about you realizing what you are capable of, and that capability is also going to open up a new sacred doors for you, my gorgeous Scorpionis. Okay. What else I was going to say, basically, when it comes to you wondering about your health, my gorgeous Scorpionis, when it comes to you wondering about your health, this is just so significant. Again, for you to take a wheatgrass juice, so important, because it's going to help you to flush out the toxins. So significant for you to take this to flush out the toxins. And it's also cold and flu that you are going to have symptoms of. Cold and flu can also makes us feel worn down. It can make us feel really dry. It can make us feel really tired. So it's very important to take acerola cherry powder. I know. I'm keep on saying this, but it's just so significant to actually take an acerola cherry powder, my gorgeous Scorpionis, because this is going to help you so much with rejuvenating yourself and so much with the cold and flu. Acerola cherry powder will give you 1080 milligrams of vitamin C per one little glass like this. You take it every single morning. First of all, you take a wheatgrass juice. First thing, as soon as you wake up, it would be ideal, a wheatgrass juice, organic wheatgrass juice from New Zealand. And then you take 1 teaspoon, you mix it up, and you drink it the first thing in the morning. It's going to help you so much to flush out the toxins and the rejuvenation. And acerola cherry powder is going to top up the vitamin C, which is going to be brilliant for your cold and flu indeed. What else I was going to say, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, just check with your doctor or GP whether you can take this or not. These are natural supplements, but I highly recommend you to check with your doctor or GP if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. Okay, so now for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's just all about the actual, you're gonna need to say to your partner not to do any negotiations or anything big this week, because there is a little hidden enemy around your partner. So just basically say to them to keep certain things to themselves this week, throughout this week, not to have a big negotiations, not to start anything big, not to start anything huge. Week after that, it's gonna be fine, but just this week, to protect themselves against this a hidden enemy, just make sure that they keep certain things to themselves. And if they need to negotiate or something like that, maybe perhaps you can do it instead, but then they shouldn't do it, because there's a little snaky in the grassy. Okay, so now basically for those of you that are actually single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Scorpioni, like I know you're gonna feel so good. I know you're gonna feel so vavavumish. I know you're gonna feel very, very special indeed in many different ways. And I know that you're gonna be enjoying yourself when it comes to flirting. I don't see you meeting the love of your life this week, but most certainly it's all about you gaining the confidence. It's all about you realizing something really important about yourself and something really important about you. Where are you at the moment? And that in itself is going to be an important starting point when it comes to someone very special about to walk into your life. Believe me or not, this week is going to be ridiculously important for you to realize something very significant about yourself through your own flirting, through your own enjoyment. So please, my gorgeous Scorpioni, go out there and enjoy yourself, because there is something very, very particular that you're going to learn about yourself, and that thing is going to become the beginning of something very special, especially when it comes to the certain door open and let someone in who is going to absolutely change your life. It is not going to be that long, my gorgeous Scorpionis. It is not going to be that long at all. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my powerful Sagittarius. Sagittarini, I love you so much, my bambini, Sagittarini, I love you so much, my bambini. There you go. I love you so much. You're also going to have number 7. It's going to be your lucky number this week. Listen to me. Whatever important you do, whatever significant you do, whatever like a little serious you do, you just make sure that you have like a little number 7 like written next to it, or you have like number 7 in your pocket, or number 7 in your hand, written in your hand, or number 7 like a little pendant or something like that. Number 7 is going to enhance this particular vibration, and once this particular vibration is enhanced, then you basically just like make the chances so much more powerful, so much more important. But also you realize, I know it sounds weird, but you realize a little somebody quite negative around your life, somebody quite low energy is just going to show them their face this week as well. So you just need to be like a little bit careful, because also at the same time there is going to be like a really particular realization that you're going to gain through this. You're not going to be touched with anything, like nobody's going to make you feel negative, nobody's going to do something to you, but it's just going to be that negative realization, negative thing that you're going to realize about someone, that it's actually going to be at the beginning of something very special, because some kind of journey is going to be connected to this straight away, because that is going to play a very important role when it comes to you making a really significant decision. So we've got a bit of a yin-yang situation. Someone is going to leave the bitter taste in your mouth, and once that bitter taste is left in your mouth, the vision is going to change slightly. The new door, certain door are going to close, but at the same time the certain door are open. The door that are going to be open is just going to be the beginning of something very significant, but it's all through the certain perfection, and it's all through the certain recognition, because you wouldn't recognize something if you didn't kind of move on from that particular person, from that particular situation. This is all about you acting very, very in particular way. You are realizing your own bravery, you realizing your own strength, but also it's just a situation that made you feel powerless not that long ago, within the last 8 months. It's just going to kind of bounce back, and now you will be able to face that situation again. But most certainly now it is not going to be the powerless situation, it is going to be completely opposite. You will have the strength over this situation, and that strength over the situation that you are going to have, it's also at the same time going to make you realize that there is an indecisive situation there, because a couple of options are going to become available, which you're going to realize that there is a certain sacrifice that you are going to need to make that certain sacrifice is going to take place, and that sacrifice that is going to take place is also going to require from you to not to overreact and to not to rush into any decisions. Don't rush into any decisions whatsoever, my gorgeous Sagittarini. me, I want to say to you this thing: don't rush into any decisions. Just make sure that you stay committed to the task at hand, because this is the way you're going to be spiritually tested. This is an important moment in time for every single sign, and every single sign is going to be tested in a certain way. But the way we're going to be tested is just like that little bit of bitter taste in your mouth, bitter taste in our energy, bitter taste in our vibration. It's just going to kind of like shake the waters a little bit, make the waters slightly murkier. But then again, once the waters are slightly murkier, we're just going to want to like swim slightly out of it. And that's exactly what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to swim out of it. And once you start swimming out of it, you will realize good news, gain and advancement when it comes to your life. Something that you expected, but something that you wouldn't realize, and it wouldn't happen, and you wouldn't have that particular awakening if you didn't change your direction slightly. What that on another hand also means is that you just to be as open-minded as you possibly can, because what is you will be tested, and what is going to happen is going to be like the start of something very special, but the beginning of something very special this week indeed. And that what is going to happen is going to require from you to adjust things a little bit. And also very, very important conversation with somebody is going to take place this week. Important conversation with somebody, because you're just going to have to deal with a certain issue. There is a problem that it was caused in between you and somebody else, and you're really going to have to like deal with this, because as long as you leave it, the longest it's going to drag. You need to deal with this. This is somebody very special in your life. This is somebody very significant in your life, and you just kind of like I came to the certain disagreement not that long ago, and you need to sort this out. This is so important, because it's going to help you to move on with your life, but also it is just going to make you realize that, you know, there is something very important about your destiny and fortune actually going to take place. And that it's going to be so important, because it is just coming from your own maturity. It is coming from your own confidence. It comes from your own power. Not that long ago, you made a decision, and the decision that you made, you know, maybe people were like, you're crazy. What are you talking about? What are you doing? But then that decision is just going to be absolutely mind-blowing, because now it's your time, my babies. Now it's your time. Now it's your time, my gorgeous, gorgeous people. Now it's your time. And this is going to start changing everything, because by the end of this week, what is going to happen? You're about to rediscover yourself. When I say rediscover yourself, because there is a very really great confidence that you are going to have, and that is going to really extend your strength and extend your power. And on top of that, it's going to be the right balance, and on top of that, you are going to kind of be provided with a certain direction, and that direction is going to come through the certain financial opportunity. And the financial opportunity that you are going to have by the end of this week is going to be absolutely game changer. It is going to be connected to the certain departure. It's going to be connected to the certain changes. It's going to be connected to a certain advancement into unknown. And if it would happen like about a few months ago, there's no way you wouldn't even go for it. But now the things are going to be different. The things are going to change, and it's going to be really, really good. The certain person in your life, it's also going to have a very good news for you, and you are going to like it, because it's connected to somebody who you really like, somebody who you really love, a very person in your life. So their problem is going to come to an end, and that is going to help you to kind of relax and chill out. On another hand, there is a certain inheritance that you are going to get. There is a certain inheritance that you are going to become a part of, that you're going to hear about. You're not going to get that money straight away, but most certainly it's going to be on its way. But if you haven't got anybody to leave your money or inheritance, most certainly you're going to also hear about a certain amount of money that you are going to become the part of, but there are also other people are going to become going to be part of that money as well. So you're not going to be the only one, but it's going to be the beginning of that. So that in itself is going to provide you with a really interesting situation as well, because you're going to realize something, and that in itself is going to be an important moment in time, because also when it comes to the certain authority, this is going to be important, because you're going to get praised. Promotion is going to be rather significant this week, and also certain unsatisfying desires are going to come to an end, because it is just going to become like the part of your life that started dragging, and it is going to require changes when it comes to your home, when it comes to your immediate environment. You're going to feel like you want to change things, you want to do things, you want to act on things, and this is nothing unusual, because you are most certainly going through a very important transformation that require and rebirth, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and that will require from you to make as many changes as you can when it comes to Feng Shui, when it comes to your home, when it comes to things around you. As many times as you change, that's great. It's never too good, and it's never good to keep things always the same. It's the best to keep on changing. So you're going this with this wonderful vibration, you're going with this wonderful energy. And also there is the problem, really annoying problem is going to come to an end, and you're going to have a really wonderful realization, wonderful conclusion. It's something you're going to deal with, that it's going to kind of like reflect on your life in general, and most certainly very important ritual it's going to take place, which means that the energy is going to be perfect for the ritual. So if you want to manifest, like if you want to light a little candle and things like that, and try to do a little bit of a manifesting ritual, you know, just go for it, okay? Because it's going to be an important moment in time. The power of manifestation is going to be very strong and very powerful, and when I see that the ritual is going to be very strong, then that means that this is going to provide you with a really interesting and rather powerful option indeed. This is all about the actual success, you know, that you're going to have this week, and I'm so happy. It's about the success, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you're going to gain, and this is so important because it's going to help you to overcome obstacles and challenging, and also it is going to be an advantage and victory and successful negotiation that you are going to have. If you do need to have a negotiation this week, my gorgeous Sagittarini, just go for it, because you're going to end up with so much more than you normally end up. But on another hand, just be really careful in a way, because there is a little bit of somebody, but you will know, this is not going to surprise you, somebody like a really horrible, it's going to show their face, little snake, it's going to be like snaky, grassy, so you need to be a little bit careful, a little snaky, it's going to be in a grassy, and you're not going to have a shoesy, so that's when you need to be careful, because you're not going to have a shoes, so this snaky can bite you. So but you are going to be very clever, and you will realize that you were really close to this particular situation. When it comes to this snake, it's just somebody who's going to offer something to you, and you just need to kind of be a little bit careful, you know, be very careful, because that particular person is not offering what it seems like they're offering. So be very careful here, my gorgeous Sagittarini. But as I said, you will be able to escape this particular person indeed. But just be careful when someone offers something to you, and when that surprised you this week, just like, no, I'm alright, I'm fine. If it doesn't look fine, if it doesn't seem fine, then this is the person who's trying to be a little bit deceptive. So be a little bit careful. Okay, but the bottom line is that there is going to be a very important decision that you're going to make. Very important decision you will make by the end of this year. There you go. By the end of this year, this is going to be connected with the end of this year, my gorgeous Sagittarini, when it's your time indeed, your time to shine. You're already shining right now, but this what's happening now, it's going to be completely connected to December, and right at around the end of December, it's going to be like a really huge, massive stage that is just going to come out of this situation, that is going to be born out of this situation. Transformation, new life, new stage, new option, and this is the beginning of something very important here, the beginning of a meaningful experience, adventure, and the birth of something absolutely life-changing. And it's all to do with your life, with your security, with your money, with your finances, with a new step and a new direction, and prosperity, my good luxurious Sagittarini. You're gonna love this week indeed. It's all about swift change, and it's all about taking things to the next level. When you feel like you need courage, just go for it. This is the time when you have the most of energy indeed, and it's trying to trick you. Okay, so when it comes to those of you that are wondering about health, this is an important moment in time, my gorgeous Sagittarini. I just need to tell you to actually try to make sure that you are taking B vitamins, natural B vitamins, very important, or take a food which is like a high in B vitamins. It's going to be important because it's going to be a little bit of stressful time that you're going to have. It's not going to be like, too much, but it's just like to protect yourself. It's like a B vitamins or natural forms of B vitamins, very important. eat food that is ridiculously rich in B vitamins, because it's going to help you with your stress levels like there is no tomorrow. And also I would ask you to take like a spirulina in a tablets or spirulina in a powder form. It needs to be organic without any horrible ingredients, and that is going to help you a lot with your energy levels. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, just need to check with your doctor, check with your GP whether you can take this or not. Okay, when it comes to those of you in relationship, be very careful. Your partner also needs to be very careful, because there is some kind of horrible person around your partner. You also, this is not the first time I'm saying this evening, but just say to your partner to not to do any big deals, to not to do any big negotiations, to not to start anything big or anything huge this week, because it's not going to be the greatest week, because someone is around them and I don't like this person. Somebody's a little bit of using people. So that's what I need you to make sure, maybe say this to your partner and warn them, just to be a little bit careful. Okay, also when it comes to those of you that are actually single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Sagittarius, I'm like a dark little bird, you know, like this evening. I'm sorry. It's all like warnings, but it's just like a little bit like you are going to have a great time. You know, there is so much going to be going on this week, like when it comes to your money, when it comes to your prosperity, when it comes to your power, when it comes to your security, when it comes to new option. But it's just basically, it's also going to be an important time when you're meeting people, and you are going to be meeting people, but there is someone in particular that you're gonna meet, and it's not going to be the right person for you, my babies. Good looking, sexy, vavavoom in many different ways, but not the right person for you, because they are going through something very terrible at the moment. Their karma with somebody else is not finished. What can I say? Okay, so if you meet someone and that person doesn't feel right, then this is the person that I'm actually talking about. Okay. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Capricornius. My Capricornius, I love you to bits. There is a beautiful amount of energy that you are going to have this week. Oh God, this is so emotional, because somebody very, very in particular who is part of your life that you were worrying about, somebody in particular that you were scared about, somebody in particular in your life that you were worrying about. Perhaps it was something wrong with their health, perhaps it was something wrong with their security, perhaps something was wrong with them in general. So you are going to hear a very good news about them, and I'm so happy because I can see how much energy this actually took away from you without you even realizing, and that in itself is going to be a really great starting point for you, because that is also going to be followed by you feeling really good, by you feeling really great, and it's also going to be the part of the really significant change that you are going to have. On another hand, you know what, karmically this was like very important to you and very significant, and you're not even realizing, maybe subconsciously you were worrying so much without you even realizing. This is what we do, you know, we go to sleep and we worry about someone, like our subconscious mind is like 100% on working, like there is no tomorrow. We have astral projections every single night and things like that. So that's why I'm saying that subconsciously we can worry a lot about people we may not even remember, but the bottom line is that it's creating this certain energy and it's creating certain balance, and this balance is affecting us in a negative way because it's preventing us to move on until we realize that we've got this highlighted situation, this illuminating situation that we need to pay attention to. So that's why this is an important moment in time, because also this is going to mark the beginning of something very special, my gorgeous Capricornius, very special indeed, because that is going to mark a very significant adventure, enthusiasm that you are going to have, because the whole new harmony is going to come in, and that is going to bring you a new initiative. Suddenly you're going to start feeling like you want really changes, like you want to make changes, you just had enough, and especially a couple of things that just came to an end, and a couple of things that were driving you nuts, and a couple of things that just didn't make sense, and a couple of things that are really making you feel really strange about yourself. They're making you feel really bit uneasy about yourself. They make you feel a little bit ratty about yourself. This is the particular couple of directions that you decided to take that are slowly coming to an end. So this is karmically very important time, but you just need to remember, have patience. There are a couple of things and couple of situations that you're going to have this week when you're going to feel like, oh my Lord, what I'm going to do. And this couple of situations that you're going to feel this week, like oh my God, what I'm going to do, it's also kind of going to make you to basically be very creative. But also on another hand, just make sure that you don't blow up your bubble. To make sure you don't blow up your bubble, just don't rush into any situations. Don't rush into any decisions, because the part of your karma is going to be that you're going to be tested a little bit, my gorgeous Capricornians. And the way you're going to be tested is just basically somebody a little bit naughty is going to be around you, and somebody is just going to test you in this particular way. So what you need to do is just basically, this person is going to mess with your energy a little bit. So all you need to do is, as soon as you feel that somebody's testing you, as soon as you feel that somebody's scrutinizing you, as soon as you feel something negative like that, just remember to stay committed to the task at hand. Do not fight, do not scream. I'm not saying you would fight or scream, but do not bite back. This is exactly what you need to avoid. You need to avoid to bite back, and don't rush into any decisions, and don't rush into any conflicts whatsoever. For you, the best possible thing is going to be just make sure that you rise above the situation, and that is also going to reveal something very significant and very important about your life. This particular sharp energy is just going to change everything, and at the same time, it's going to bring you the actual realization. The patience is going to come back again when it comes to the certain stage of your life unfold, but also when it comes to the certain money that you've been waiting for, and the certain opportunity that you've been waiting for. There is a very strong and very powerful and very significant sign that you are going to have, that the time is nearly there. But the bottom line is that you have been very responsible, and you just need to keep on being very, very responsible, because this week is going to be full of testing. I know it sounds really weird, and I know it sounds, oh my God, testing, but it's so good, because at the same time, every single test that you are going to have, every single bizarre situation that you are going to have, every single strange situation that you are going to have, you should just go for it. But be very optimistic, be very happy, be very open-minded. Do not take it in the wrong way. Do not bite it back in the way like to be negative or to be scared or to be paranoid. Everything positive, and some kind of situation is going to arise, and it's going to provide itself at the end of this week, that is going to be absolutely life-changing. And it's so much to do with your own recognition, with your own honor, but it's also so much to do with the practical knowledge that you have, and some kind of expansion of things, and expansion of your direction, expansion of your life, which is going to make you to kind of like make certain decision, but also it is just going to be connected to the certain partial loss and regret. And that combination of these two energies are just going to bring you a wonderful yin-yang, which is going to slap you in the face, and then at the same time it's going to make you realize that your capacity is absolutely vava-voomish this week. And that capacity is also going to make you realize that you're part of something very significant, very important. And this is all coming from the certain energy that is just becoming ridiculously advanced at this stage, which is just going to help you to realize your situation, and to help you to realize how lucky you are, to help you to realize how happy you are. And also, most importantly, it's going to kind of like make certain stage of your life quite evident when it comes to the new future planning. And there is also going to be like a psychic vision that you are going to have, some kind of a psychic vision about the future, which is going to be directly connected to what's going on now. But also you're going to need to like kind of go to the past, because there's a very strong connection with your childhood that you are going to have. And that strong connection is going to require from you to realize what exactly do you think about when you think about your childhood. There is something that's missing, something that you're going to have to go back and bring it back here, and that is going to bring you a really life-changing sacred illumination when it comes to the new stage of your life, because that is going to be directly responsible for the certain insight and the direction and the option that you are going to have. And that option that you are going to have is going to be literally life-changing indeed, because as I said, the certain stage is coming to an end when it comes to unsatisfied desire, straga, unsatisfied, whatever that is, strega, like a witch in Italian, whatever. So unsatisfied desire, struggle, basically, and that part of your life that was like connected to a certain conflict, for example, and a certain obstacle that just doesn't even need working on anymore because you moved on from that particular situation. Now that is going to have a really nice turnaround, and it's all about the actual combination of material and spiritual prosperity that you are going to have, and that in itself is just going to make you realize the strength that you are actually going to be showered by. And that strength in itself is just going to really, this is the moment in time when you're going to realize, my goodness, Capricornians, look at what I took out. Strength. I was just telling you about your strength. I was just talking about your strength. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be significant. This is going to be very powerful. This week, your life is going to change. This week, by the end of this week, you're the door of heaven are going to open. And this door, when I say the door of heaven on earth, of course, not up there, but this door are going to be amazing, ridiculously important. And you are about to discover something very, very superb about yourself, about your spiritual journey, and you're going to start feeling drawn towards something very significant in your life. But at the same time, you're going to realize the advancement about yourself, about your life that you didn't even realize that you had, and that is going to be absolutely everything. Just the realization, which is just going to balance it out and bring the energy, and that energy is just going to bring you an option which is going to require from you to do something very bravely, not at the end of this week, but the week after that is going to be quite important as well, because it's going to be the continuation of this, and this is going to be something that is literally going to change your life. Okay, there is an option that you are going to have, and that option is just going to be everything, because most certainly it's going to be the beginning of something very special. It's going to be connected to a certain invitation, opportunity, a request, challenge, proposal, and proposition. And these words, these particular situations are absolutely going to change your life, and it's all to do with you, your happiness, what you wanted to do for a long time, things that are going to come to an end, future planning, and the birth of something very, very special, the beginning of something very, very special when it comes to creation, beginning, and it's some kind of invention. It's also going to start making sense, the birth of something very special, and the beginning of probably the most meaningful experience you had in a really, really long time. And most certainly it is going to feel like an adventure indeed. Wow, Capricornians, this is amazing. When it comes to those of you that are actually wondering about health, my gorgeous Capricornians, when it comes to when it comes to those of you that are wondering about health, please, what you need to make sure that you also top up of like B vitamins. Very important to take a food which is really rich in B vitamins, and also maybe take like a supplements which with B vitamins will need to be like really natural, never synthetic whatsoever. And also make sure that you're eating protein, that you're taking nice amounts of protein. So if you can take a protein, just make sure it's again natural, like organic eggs are, for example, like a good source of protein. But if you're not eating eggs, like just a boiled eggs, a couple of boiled eggs every single day, every single morning would be fantastic. Organic, free range, of course. But if you don't want to have eggs, then you're welcome to find another, like a different substitute to eggs, when it comes to the actual protein. There's certain beans that are absolutely packed with protein. There are lots of options that you can have. Just make sure that you are actually taking protein, because protein is going to be something that is going to be quite significant for you to actually take this week. And also just make sure that you actually drink lots of water, and make sure that you're using natural deodorants when it comes to your arms and things like that, like aluminum free deodorants without any chemicals, please, because it's very important for your week, for this week, for your skin to breathe, through the pores. Very important for the balance, for the energy and things like that, for the vibration, because people don't realize when they use this aluminum rubbish, these chemicals that breathe can't skin. So you don't do that. This is very important for you, because it's going to help you with your balance. Okay, so for those of you that are actually single and ready, for those of you that are actually in relationship, Capricornians, something very good is going to happen. Sudden progress is going to take place, and that sudden progress, it's just going to be life-changing for both of you. Very, very, very good week indeed, because it's to do with something that just didn't change, like maybe financial situations and things like that. This is going to start changing, and this is going to reflect on you both, and it's going to be amazing. Okay, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, do you know what? It is like somebody who is who was the part of your mind at some point, maybe subconsciously or maybe consciously. Somebody is going to return, not an ex-lover, not an ex-boyfriend, not an ex-girlfriend. Okay, it is just going to be basically somebody who you saw, who you had a contact with, who you had a little chat with, and then this is going to be the return, very important return of that person, because it is going to be an option that you're going to be provided to be like together, because they will do something, they will make something, they will create something in front of you, with you, that particular person, and then you're going to realize, oh my God, we're the same, oh my God, this, and oh my God, that. Something is going to be confirmed to you when it comes to somebody that you've met already. That's the bottom line. But this is an important moment in time, because this is all about your satisfaction and it's all about your accomplishment. So watch this space, my gorgeous Capricornians, watch this space. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's of course going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my powerful Aquarius, Aquamarini, sorry, Aquamarini, 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 Aquarius, 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 Aquarius. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, I love you, Aquamarini, 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 Marini, Aquamarini. My gorgeous Aquamarini, I love you so much, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. Do you know what? There was so much pressure when it comes to you, not only in the last couple of years, not only in the last year, but also especially within the last 5 or 6 months. There have been like a lot of pressure that have caused like a lots of negativity, because that negativity was caused with a certain vibration, and the certain vibration was caused because you kind of started going towards the certain changes in your life. But you still need to realize, and you need to make sure that it's a very important moment in time for you to realize that listen, you need still to make sure, you need to realize what is affecting your balance. My gorgeous Aquamarine, is something is affecting your balance, and that is an important moment in time for you to realize what this is. I said this last time and I will say it again, because I can see it here, I can see it, and I can see it, because you're doing something. Maybe you are, I'm sorry, I have to say, maybe you're drinking too much coffee, maybe you're having too much sugar, maybe your diet is not correct, maybe you drink too much, maybe you smoke too much, maybe you do vavavumish things, maybe that you didn't do, maybe you're doing something that you shouldn't do, to know. So maybe it's just time to kind of pay attention to this, because my babies, it's affecting your balance. I'm not saying you're taking drugs or something. It could be, people do, but I'm just saying that something that you shouldn't be doing, it's affecting your balance. Maybe perhaps you're even eating too many cakes, maybe eating too much chocolate, maybe eating too much sugar. I'm not too sure what it is. It all depends, but at the moment this is still affecting your balance, and at the moment it's very important for you to regain your strength and your balance, and especially strength and balance over the situation. You need to make sure that as soon as you hear this video, you need to make sure what do you need to cut out of your life. It doesn't have to be completely, but what can you kind of pay attention to in order to prevent yourself not realizing clearly, because that is affecting your balance, and the balance is affecting your vibration, and the vibration is affecting you, and it's affecting your way of thinking. And when your way of thinking is affected, then you're just kind of subconsciously, you're leaving things behind, you're leaving things on the side that you shouldn't do, the things that you should react to and act on straight away, then and there. So this is what you do subconsciously when you're doing this, when your balance is affected in this particular way. I would highly suggest suggest you to, as I said, because it's also like a clouding your mind, and it's making you more stressful, and it's giving you a little bit of stress, you know, and it's just making you feel like a little bit anxious. And it's also at around the same time, it's like kind of like a messing up with your vision when it comes to your world, when it comes to your balance, and when it comes to your vibration in general, and when it comes to your grounding. This is an important moment in time, my gorgeous aquamarines, because you need to ground yourself by actually just starting to make an adjustment. Just see what it is. You know, I maybe have one coffee extra in the morning, like one, look at me, yeah? No, I'm joking. But in the morning, maybe I shouldn't have like 3 coffees in the morning. Maybe I should have 2 coffees in the morning. Do you see what I mean? Maybe I shouldn't have a milk with the coffee, you know? Like I don't, because I drink that little Turkish Mediterranean coffee, so I don't drink it with milk. For example, you know, maybe I want to take out like a little bit less honey. Do you know what I mean? Like it depends like what it is. But it's very important for you to realize this, because it's making you powerless, like with a certain particular issues in your life that you're not kind of even kind of realizing. And also, you know, this week it's going to be an amazing week when it comes to you making a really big change. There's some kind of change that is going to be made by you when it comes to your home, but this is going to come out of the blue. This is going to happen out of the blue. And even if you think about it right now, you wouldn't be able to actually focus on this, and you wouldn't be able to kind of pinpoint what change I'm talking about. This change is going to be very significant in between the 23rd and 29th of September, and it's all going to happen at around 26th and 27th of September. Very important stage. 26th and the 27th of September, you have a couple of extra days, my gorgeous aquamarines. This change is just going to be very important to take place and this is going to surprise. When I say take place, it's going to be something that is going to happen, and it's going to stem to the situation that is just going to happen out of the blue. You will indeed find yourself being surrounded by the people who you wouldn't be surrounded. You're going to be part of the energy, part of the dimension that you wouldn't be, and that is going to be the trigger point, which is also on another hand going to be your turning point. And that turning point is going to be everything, because at the same time this is going to be sacred. You're going to hear a good news, good realization about somebody in your life, some kind of good news, and that is just going to be so good, because it's going to make you feel so proud. It's going to make you feel so good. It's going to be the greatest accomplishment. And that is also going to be the moment in time when this really heavy energy around you, it's going to be shifted, because it's going to be even more vavavoomish, even more ridiculous, even more powerful, because at the same time this is going to happen when your turning point is going to happen, your omen time is going to happen, and you're going to react in a certain way. And that's the option that I'm talking about, that is going to stem through this situation. That option that I'm talking about is going to lead you towards making a certain change, but you don't know what that change is right now until that happens. And once that happens, that in itself, it's also going to make you realize a certain problem, a certain annoying problem, but also at the same time this is going to become like, oh God, what I'm going to do. But then again, this is all part of your destiny. This is all part of your fortune. This is an absolutely mind-blowing decision that you're going to make, and that in itself is just going to become the resolution to that problem. So immediately you're going to create a problem, but immediately you are going to have like a problem that is going to last for 3 additional days, and then after that, within these 3 additional days, you are going to have a conclusion to this problem, and that is going to bring you healing. That is going to bring you satisfactory result. That is going to bring you fulfillment, and also certain compromise, but also some kind of friendship. It's going to take place. Some kind of friendship here when it comes to you, my aquamarines, is going to be very important, because certain friendship, there is something that is going to be going on, and that certain friendship to pay attention to and to illuminate situation from your side is going to be rather significant and very important, because you're going to be the one who is going to need to kind of like come up with a little torch and just light up the situation so you can illuminate your own path, because it needs to come from you. It needs to come from your own hand. It needs to come from your own realization. It needs to come from your own dimension, because this is all about you. And that in itself, it's going to lead towards a compromise, as I said, but also that is going to bring you the whole new inspiration, the whole new love, the whole new energy, the whole new power, which is on another hand going to make you feel really artistic, which is on another hand going to give you lots of energy. And you are most certainly going to find yourself being drawn towards like some kind of stage, some kind of new option in your life, and you are going to realize, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, something is going to happen as well, my lord. Something is going to happen at around the end of this week, when you know that your life is going to start changing, you know. Okay, your life is going to start changing emotionally. It's going to be very important, very deep, very spiritual. Something that you expected, something that you knew, something that you were kind of like thinking about, something that you were kind of something that you were like kind of preparing yourself to. So that situation is going to have a second stage of an unfoldment. This is the part of the really long procedure. It's part of the really long process. So this is some kind of realization, some kind of news, some kind of option that you're going to hear about it, you know, and that is just going to kind of like maybe make you worried a little bit in a certain way, but then it's just nothing that you didn't expect before. And most certainly it's just going to be something that is going to at the same time going to have a really, look at this, the same kind of illuminating effect on you, because something is, some kind of new option is going to become available to that particular situation. So something emotionally that you're going to hear about by the end of this week, or at around this end of this week, but you're gonna need it. Do you understand what I mean? So emotionally, you're gonna hear something about somebody whom you are attached to so much, and emotionally you're gonna be like, oh no, but it's not something that it's just doesn't happen, and it's not something that you didn't think about. It's something that is part of life type of thing, you know, and that is just gonna bounce back in your life, and it's just going to kind of make you realize that there are certain changes that are also going to happen here, and that in itself, look at this, that in itself is just going to be so good, my babies, because I'm not saying like, do you know what I mean, like that particular situation, that particular thing that I'm talking about, it's very deep, it's very emotional, it's very complex, but then again, that in itself is also at the same time going to be like a bit of a yin-yang thing, because that is going to be such a huge start of your life, huge start of a massive change, because this is all about a transformation, this is all about your rebirth, this is all about the beginning of something very, very special, and the beginning of something very, very important, because you are going to find yourself like being in a very important stage, my gorgeous aquamarinis. Yeah, listen to me very carefully. This is not only about you going through things emotionally, this is about you growing spiritually, you growing emotionally, you accomplishing a very important stage in your life, but you do need to be very vavumish, you know, and you do need to like kind of go with the flow, and you must not let it go too much. Yeah, you must not let it go, let your yourself go too much. There are going to be a couple of things that are going to be mind-blowing in a good way, in a bizarre way, in a strange way, in a deep way, but it's all going to lead towards something really important and something really big. What I need to do from you, I need you to stop messing up with your energy. And this is why from now, as soon as you hear this video, just what do you do that you should cut out of your life? It doesn't have to be completely. Like for example, if you're eating too much sugar, for example, you would be surprised what sugar is the biggest poison. It's like a chemical, my lord, it's worse than cocaine, you know? It's vile. People don't realize how bad this is. So that's why I'm saying, like for example, like so you can imagine what this do to us, to our energy. You're very particular, you're very powerful, you're very significant, you're very empath indeed. So that's why it can mess you up even more. So all you need to do is just make sure you realize like straight away, as soon as you hear this video, what it is. I'm not asking you to cut out the sugar completely, maybe half of it, you see, and that in itself is going to create a different vibration, and that in itself is just going to motivate you instead of like, and bring you the whole new initiative, instead of like keeping you down and messing up with your balance. It's very important for you to do this week indeed. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous aquamarine, is, you know, let me just tell you something. Yeah, this week it is just going to be something so good. You are going to discover something very special about yourself, my gorgeous aquamarinis. Very special. And I'm so happy because you're going to do something that is going to last forever. You're going to do something that's going to last for a long, long, long time. Not only you're going to secure something very, very particular, very special about yourself, your future, your now and your future, but you're also going to do something so special and so particular and so spiritual and so powerful and so strong when it comes to your personal security, money, finances. You're going to make absolutely fantastic, mind-blowing decision that is going to reflect on you and the people in your life as well for a long, long, long time. Absolutely, absolutely ridiculously important. And decision, you're gonna make a decision, and that decision also, it's something that started like about a year ago. So now that indecisive situation that you didn't know what to do, you weren't too sure which direction to go. So the whole new direction is gonna be available to you, and that is going to surprise you at around the end of this week. So you are going to make a really wonderful decision, and that decision at the same time is going to become the part of your awakening, the part of your awakening, because slightly not that long ago you took the wrong road. This is about you to work it out what this is, sorry. But you took something is not quite right. You took the wrong road, you took the wrong turn, and that is just down to you, and only you can do this, and only you can change this, and only you can make this decision, only you can realize what am I talking about. But it's just something, maybe it's a little bit dangerous in your life. Something is a little bit like having an influence, an impact on you that is affecting you without you even realizing. So you just need to sort this out. You need to realize who this is, who's like marking your energy a little bit. Somebody's clouding your energy a little bit, and it doesn't even have to be a bad person, a horrible person, evil person, or anything like that. But this person is just maybe, I don't know, maybe I should say not the right person for you, but like just like you need to work this out yourself, because this is all going to be the part of a spiritual journey. But somebody is maybe around you, somebody is in your life who is maybe somebody's around you right now who is making you do things you shouldn't normally do, or you wouldn't normally do, and it's making you react in a way that you wouldn't normally react in. And this is why, because this person has got a very strong energy, very strong balance, and it's affecting you. So you need to open up your eyes, my gorgeous aquamarinis, and you need to see who this is, because you need to realize this ASAP indeed. On another hand, you are going to have a mind-blowing week. This is all about you feeling super creative but enjoying yourself, loving it, and also at the same time it's the beginning of an invention and the beginning of something very important. It's the beginning of a meaningful experience and adventure. That in itself is just going to make you kind of be part of the situation where you're going to need to be very, very responsible. But it's all about creativity, and it's all about you using your skills, and it's all about you kind of like dealing with things that you really like dealing with, and all about your practical knowledge, business acumen, taking it all on the next level. You are indeed going to have a really fantastic recognition this week, recognition of yourself, recognition of your work, recognition of your abilities. And it's not only about the money, but it's about emotional life as well. It is good news that you are going to hear, and I'm so happy for you. You are due for such a good news. This good news that you are going to hear by the end of this week is going to be life-changing, it's going to be mind-blowing, and it's all about the advancement. It's something that you expected, but this advancement is going to surprise you, because there is an additional option going to become available, and that additional option is going to be all about you going on the next stage. And again, look at this: rebirth, readjustment. Amazing. Do you know what, Aquamarinis? There's a lot going to change this week, indeed, a lot. This week is going to be responsible for quite a lot. So I want you to be just as open-minded as you can. I want you to try as many things as you can. I want you to make sure that you are meditating and you find yourself by the water again, because this is going to be very important for you indeed. But most certainly you are about to have a really amazing readjustment, transformation of your life. You are going to find out something very significant about yourself, some kind of wise decision that you took not that long ago. But most certainly this is going to be all about your own advancement, attraction, and it's all about a challenge and proposal and proposition that are actually going to take place. You are most certainly going to have the reason to celebrate this week. Celebrate, and at the same time you're going to realize something very significant about yourself when it comes to your own bravery, when it comes to your own like kind of like your own power, your own responsibility, this is all going to be very important for you, because some very significant confirmation it's going, my little flower just dropped, some very significant confirmation is actually going to take place. And when it comes to the certain leader and honor, there's going to be a beautiful moment in time, because the certain leader is going to confirm something to you. A certain leader is going to give you certain honor, and that certain honor is just going to be so beautiful and so good for you, because it was something that you were wondering about, something that you were worrying about. So this is going to be a really good moment in time, because at the same time, you know, this is going to make you assertive, but this is all about the actual rewards from hard work, success, admiration from others, which is just going to be all about perfection, recognition and honor, which is just going to go on the whole next level this week indeed. Okay, when it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous aquamarines, another thing that I was going to say, there is going to be the certain sacrifice that you're going to make, and that sacrifice that you're going to make is going to be really important, and it's to do with your practicality and security, and also negotiation you're going to have is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. And if you do need to negotiate and something like that, this week is going to be absolutely perfect, because you will go with this amazing energy, amazing balance and amazing flow, which is just going to bring you so much more than you would normally actually have. Okay, so what else I was going to say? Yes, when it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous aquamarines, when it comes to the actual health, this is also an important moment in time, because when it comes to the actual health, I need you to make sure that you're also like as I said before, you're gonna need to cut out something out of your some kind of like a balance, affecting your balance, as I already said. But also on another hand, you're also going to need a wheatgrass. Please make sure that every single morning you take a glass of water, you take a wheatgrass, New Zealand organic New Zealand wheatgrass. Basically, you take a glass of water, you take a little teaspoon, you put a teaspoon of wheatgrass, just mix it up and drink it every single morning, and that is going to help you to rejuvenate yourself. That is going to help you with the detox. That is going to help you to flush out the toxins. This is so important. And at the same time, make sure that you take a nice dose of B vitamins, whether these are going to be natural or these are going to be from the food, you know. Just make sure that you top up on B vitamins, because it's going to help you with your stress levels quite a lot. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, just check with your doctor or GP, so only they can tell you whether this is going to interact with your existing medications or not. Very important indeed. Okay, when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, you know, when it comes to those of you that are in relationship, my gorgeous aquamarines, you know, it's good because it's creation, the beginning of something very special. It's going to happen when it comes to you too. The beginning of a new stage, the beginning of a new era, the beginning of a new period. Perhaps the certain workload or the certain stressful situation is coming to an end. Maybe the certain people are not there anymore, who are actually having an effect and an impact on you that you're not even realizing how much it's actually affecting you. However, it's brilliant, because the new stage, a new era, it's about to happen this week in between you and your partner. But most certainly there is just some kind of creativity that your partner is going to come out, and it's a lot to do with being responsible, creative, and that is going to blow you away, because you're going to be like, how nice, and it's going to be a vavavumish moment in time that you're going to have very important one this week. Okay, and for those of you that are actually single and ready to mingy, I'm sorry, aquamarinis, but there is some little bastard here. There's a little snake here, a little bastard, somebody who's like, do you know what? Somebody who's looking really good, but there is not much substance to it. So I think you're going to come across this person this week, but you will realize this in time. And I'm sorry, maybe, you know, to play with this person, like to have a little bit of flirting, it's great, but you know, it's just entirely up to you. But I just wouldn't even bother, because it is just for flirting, maybe have a little bit of fun, yes, but it is just somebody not with much substance, you know, I'm afraid. So it is not going going to be love of your life, but you know, you are going to have a great time. You're going to be meeting quite a few people this week, and you know, there are few people are going to be very important that you're going to meet this week. It's nothing to do with the love or fine or romance or anything like that, but these people are going to play an important role later on. It almost looks like that you're going to meet people that are going to become like your friends, you know, that are going to later on be responsible for somebody else walking into your life like a real person indeed. Okay. So now the next sign that I'm going to talk about, it's my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my powerful, my beautiful, my mysterious Pisces. Piscelini, you are just going to have the whole veil that is about to be shifted this week. And once this veil is about to be shifted this week, you're immediately going to be kind of connected to your immediate surroundings. You will want to change your immediate surroundings. And this is so important when it comes to you, and when it comes to your spirituality, and when it comes to you being connected to the certain things like plants are spiritual. For example, certain objects can be very spiritual. It depends what meaning they have to us, or the meaning and the way of thinking we have about these things. It just becomes very sacred to us, and that in itself contains the particular energy. So that's why I'm saying it's just so important to maybe do the necessary changes, like when it comes to I said this to you before, but this is carrying on into this week. This is so important. Like maybe you want to give this plant to somebody else and then bring a new plant in. This is all wonderful, and it's part of the really sacred, really particular spiritual picture, because at the same time this is going to raise your vibration to the very, very important and the very significant level. You're also going to come across this situation this week, my gorgeous Piscelinis, when you're going to be tested a little bit. You just need to remember me. It is going to be the strange situation you're going to be part of. It's going to be the bizarre situation that you're going to be part of, and it is going to raise your little vibration in a little stroppy, stressy way. So I just need you to stay true to yourself. I just need you to kind of don't get upset or anything like that. All you need to do is actually just try to be try to stay true to yourself, because there is going to be like a little scrutinizing person that is going to be around you, somebody very negative, somebody with a little bit of low vibration, and that person is not somebody who is for the first time going to be around you. It's somebody who's absolutely known to you, but also at the same time they're going to test you a little bit. But this is nothing to do with you responding in a certain way and then, oh, you're fine, No. This is part of the picture, my beautiful babies. This is the puzzle that's missing. You're going to be tested through somebody very negative, somebody who you know about, somebody who you're aware of, okay? So it could be the person that you work with, okay? It could be your manager, it could be your boss. If you're looking for work, it could be somebody who's trying to give you a job, but they're going to be really odd and really weird and really bizarre. Like, for example, all you need to do, just remember to stay true to yourself. Just remember that the things are not what they are. The things are not what they seem to be. You're just going to go to the slightly different dimension, through the slightly different energy. And for that moment in time, you are indeed going to be tested at this particular point. But that scrutinizing person is going to be the part of your spiritual picture. That person is going to be the part of the spiritual journey. That person is going to be the part of your karma. Because not that long ago, within the last 24 months, something happened that you had to react in a certain way, and you reacted in a way with somebody that you didn't want to react. It was like a little bit of an enemy-ish person, somebody who's done something negative to you, but you still kind of felt sorry the way you reacted. So this is why this is going to bounce back, because it's going to be the certain karma that is just going to, certain karma that was kind of contained with this, certain karma that started with this level, that started with this energy, that is just going to unfold in such a way and come back, and it's going to give you one more time opportunity to deal with this. So this is part of the long karma. This is so important. I know it sounds weird, I know it sounds bizarre, but this is just part of the big picture that is going to come back. So whether you are working, or whether you are retired, this is still going to be the situation. Maybe you have a hobby that you're going to need to deal with, with a certain person, where a certain person is going to be around. It all depends. Or if, as I said, if you're looking for work, then it's going to be somebody, maybe maybe who is giving you work, you know, like that is going to react in that particular way. You just basically have to stay true to yourself, my gorgeous Piscelini, and trust me, that is going to be a very important moment in time, because this is going to be the time when you're going to have a control over a situation. This is also going to be the time when you're going to have the most strength, energy, power and courage like you didn't have in a really long time. And it is going to be very good ending, very good realization that you're going to have through this particular opportunity. And what is going to happen, something very significant is going to happen and unfold by the end of this week, because you will pinpoint that moment in time that was very important when that particular karma manifested, when that particular karma started. So this is not something that's just out of the blue. This is all part of the big progress, and that in itself, it's going to be the beginning of a beautiful, beautiful stage in your life, because something is going to become available to you through your own success, through your own gain, and through your own obstacles that you are going to have through this situation. And you are going to find yourself in the where you're going to realize that you've got more resources than you need to move on, that you've got more in your life than you need to move on. And you will know that a very important and significant change is just going to become evident here. And it's all about the actual triumph. It's all about the actual good news, gain and advancement about your life. You know, it's about the expectations that you had, but it's also about the realization that, you know, this is all about the actual victory and the advancement, you know, and that in itself is going to make you realize it's the patience. It's all about the patience, harmony, and it's also going to require from you to work on the management a little bit, but also at the same time adjustment, and also the certain good influence and inspiration is going to come through somebody, through the right person. At the same time, you're going to see a very, very beautiful and very powerful and very significant omen, and that omen is also going to be the part of like that omen is actually going to be like a dog or a cat that you are going to see, and there is something going to be very significant, very specific at the time when you see this dog and cat, something about their size, something about their cuteness, something about the way they're going to react. And you're also going to need to realize the symbolic meaning of that particular animal, what you were thinking at around the time when you saw them, what problem was in your mind at around the time you saw them, what were you trying to achieve. And you need to put this with your feelings when you saw these animals, with at the time when you felt it, how did you feel it, and also put like a symbolic meaning if you need to. You may not even need to, it depends how you're going to feel, and that is going to become the part of the very important picture. And you're going to realize that you're going to find yourself in a very, very significant moment in time, which is all going to be like the part of the It's all about your perfection, recognition, honor, which is going to lead towards an ultimate change, which is on the other hand going to lead towards like absolutely mind-blowing, life-changing option that you are going to start having like towards the end of this week. And that is going to be the beginning of something very special, the beginning of an adventure, and you're going to start feeling beautiful enthusiasm, initiative, you know, and it's all about being reborn. It's all about your own rebirth. It's all about your own power. It's all about you feeling it. It's not good if somebody tell you, oh, do this, do that, or maybe you should try this, maybe you should try that, maybe you should try these changes, maybe you should try these changes. No, you're Pisces. You're very deep, you're very powerful, you're very spiritual, you're very strong when it comes to the power of your mind, when it comes to the power of your manifestation. You're very strong, and you are the best, and you're the strongest, and you're the most powerful when you know within yourself that it's time to move on, when you know within yourself that the big changes are coming, when you know within yourself that a massive option is about to unfold, when you know within yourself that it's on you to do it, and you know within yourself that it's only going to be on you, and it's going to come from you, and it needs to come from you, not from someone else, when you're going to be ready to do the changes and when you're going to be ready to make the necessary changes. But this week most certainly is going to be, as I said, the beginning of an adventure, enthusiasm. It's going to bring you the whole new initiative. It's going to be beautiful. The energy is going to shift like there is no tomorrow. You're just going to start finding yourself being very energetic. You're going to start finding yourself being like a very adventurous, and also there is like a decision that you're going to make, you know, it's just going to happen like out of the blue, like you're going to think about an old problem, old situation, old annoying problem, and if you were thinking about it just a few months ago, you'd be like, oh god, no way. But now this is going to take you on a whole new level, which is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, and this in itself, it's going to resolve in you going on the next stage in your life when it comes to new school, new job, new opportunity, but it's all about the actual unlimited possibilities and the actual obsession, but the good obsession, healthy obsession. And that's why I'm saying you Pisceans are so important, so powerful, and so beautiful, and so strong, and so magnificent when you use the power of your mind. But your power of your mind is the most powerful and is the most significant when you know that it's the right balance, is the perfect balance. Is the perfect balance is only when you're certain yourself, when you know yourself that your life is about to change, and it's going to come with this option, and this is only going to be the beginning. You know what? Basically, it's all about you going on the next stage of your life through your own awakening. It's so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful, because this is going to be all advancement into the unknown, but it's going to feel good, it's going to be amazing, it's going to feel brilliant. There is also going to be the certain journey that is going to be rather significant, but it's also going to be kind of like a promotion, development, improvement, and the outcome of the past effort is going to become evident of this week like there is no tomorrow. This is all going to lead towards your own rebirth, but also it's just about like a wonderful time when it comes to somebody very honest and somebody very particular, certain advice that you had that is going to start making sense here. But also this is the bottom line, is this is all about you realize how brave, how powerful, how significant you are, but also at the same time this is the beginning of something very special when it comes to your own security and power, because financially you're just going to go on a very, very important stage in your life indeed. Very important stage in your life indeed. You see, there is going to be the return of someone very special, like a very special friend is going to return into your life, and that particular friend that is going to return in your life, it's actually going to give you like an important information when it comes to the certain crossroads, okay? They're also going to be the crossroads, my baby Pisceans, that you're going to have, and the answer to this crossroads that you're going to have, it's going to come through somebody very special, somebody who you know for a really long time, and somebody who knows you in and out indeed, because these people are the best when it comes to our own life and when it comes to giving us balance and helping us with the balance when it comes to the moment in time when we are going through destiny, fortune, fate, and a very, very powerful advancement into an outcome, you know, like an advanced outcome indeed. But it's all about control over situations, strength, courage, and power that we feel that it comes to these particular people, spirit, souls, that they know us so much that can actually make us to feel this way. Indeed, you see, an important judgment that you're going to make, and this is all about development, promotion, outcome of past effort, and rebirth, what I mentioned before. This is incredible. This week is just going to be so important when it comes to your karma, when it comes to your spiritual journey, and when it comes to your outcome of past efforts. I'm so happy for you, Pisceans. I'm so happy indeed. Also, you know, an important week when it comes to friends, an important week when it comes to like a socializing with people so much. There's certain places that you're going to find yourself at this week, and this is all going to be part of your particular spiritual journey. This is all going to be part of this particular energy that is about to shift, and it's absolutely wonderful. You know, you're going to be surrounded with people who are going to make you feel so much better about yourself indeed, who are going to make you feel like really good, really free, when you just don't care and you're enjoying yourself, and that's exactly what you need. There's particular journey, traveling trip also is going to become very evident here indeed. What else I was going to say, you are indeed also going to have a hermit moment as well. The hermit moment that you are going to have this week is just going to be also part of all this that I said so far. And what the hermit moment is actually going to reveal, it's going to be basically the certain part of your life that's coming to an end, my gorgeous Pisceans, okay? So you need to cut it out. You need to delete it. Not to delete it, but to cut it out. It came to an end. It's just driving your energy down. It's driving your energy low. When some particular spiritual journey comes to an end in our life, this could be absolutely anything, but it's something that maybe you were working on and it's not working anymore, and maybe just go to the next stage of your life. So it's very important for you to adjust certain stage of your life, certain part of your life that is coming to an end, and that is going to become evident through your Hermit moment. And that's again Judgment card that you're going to need to make. This is all so much to do with your development, promotion, outcome of past effort, and rebirth that you're going to have this week, my gorgeous Pisces. So you are going to need to make a very important decision indeed, and that decision is also going to be the part of your awakening, and it's going to come through your Hermit moment. And you know, I say Hermit moment, it's very important because the spirit, the veil in between this world and the spirit world is at its thinnest, and this is the moment in time when we are connected to our guardian angels, to our spirit guides, when we are connected to our the universe, you know, to our subconscious mind. We are just so deep, so deep, so deep, and that's where we go like Hermit moment. You know, it's only going to last like about a day or maybe even few hours, but it's not like just being, oh, I want to be by myself. This is like when you're illuminating your own situation. You are the only person in this world who can illuminate your own path in such a way, because it's all about the timing, and it's all about your spiritual journey, it's all about karma, and it's all about happening at the right time. So this is exactly what is going to happen this week indeed. And also, you know, I like it because when it comes to your skills, something very important is going to happen when it comes to your skill. Not only you're going to have a great outcome of your past efforts, but there is something in particular that you will start feeling drawn towards, a particular skill that is going to become very evident this week indeed. And also teamwork, teamwork, teamwork. The problem is going to arise in your life, Pisces, and that problem that is going to arise, whether it's at work, or whether it's like a family. Teamwork could be family, teamwork could be like a people, friends, teamwork could be work, you know, it depends. There is a certain problem that is going to arise, and it's going to have a really good outcome, and that outcome is also going to help you to deal directly with this very stressful and anxious situation. So it's going to be absolutely fine, okay? But it's going to be the team of group of people that is going to all give a little bit of their own particular energy. And also I just like it indeed because it's all about practicality, security. You're going to find yourself in a really good place, and it's all about new inspiration and potential that you're going to realize that your life is going to have, my gorgeous Pisces. But there is a certain sacrifice you're going to need to make, and now it's time indeed. Okay, so now when it comes to your health, my gorgeous Pisces, when it comes to your health, my gorgeous Pisces, you're also going to be, this is going to be an important moment in time for you to take something like basically blue-green algae. It's just so important to take something like a blue-green algae, it's like a spirulina basically, or spirulina. It's like even actually, yeah, blue-green algae or spirulina, something like that, which is going to help you quite a lot. Or it needs to be organic without any horrible ingredients or anything like that, because this is going to help you a lot with your energy levels. So something to top up your energy levels, and spirulina or blue-green algae, organic without any horrible ingredients. And also what else I was going to say is just like a wheatgrass. You're also going to need a wheatgrass. You're not the only sign this week that I'm seeing. It's to do with the stomach digestion problem, stomach, please. And you're also going to need you're also going to have a certain toxins that you're going to need to get rid of. You're going to need to work on. So in order to get rid of these certain toxins, and in order to like kind of pay attention to your stomach and to help you with the detox, just take wheatgrass every single morning, 1 glass. Take one organic wheatgrass from New Zealand, that's right. And then take like a little bit of a glass of water, you mix it up and just drink it every single morning on an empty stomach, and that is going to help you so much when it comes to your digestion indeed. Very, very, very important. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, just check with your doctor or GP whether you can take these supplements or not, because only your doctor can tell you whether you can take these supplements or not, especially if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. I need to say this. Okay, so now for those of you that are actually in release, see, I've got like cards on the floor that they fell. For those for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's just like a basically a certain problem that you're gonna need to deal with. Situation is just gonna be a little bit clingy. Like situation is gonna be a little bit negative. Something is going to happen, like not like, oh my god, it's not the end of the world, but something is going to happen which is going to affect both of you, and then you're gonna be maybe like a little bit stroppy this week with each other. So I would just kind of like basically try to just this week not to wind each other up so much. Try to focus and work this week. Try to focus on career this week. If you're retired and you don't have a work or career, if you haven't got a partner, then that's absolutely fine. But if you do, like I see the situation is going to be a little bit touchy, feely between you two. So the best would be this week just to not avoid each other, but anything that arises, you can sit down, you can nicely chat about it, nicely talk about it, and you also need to sort it out then and there, but in a nice way. But if you can't do it in a nice way, then just don't bother this week, just do it the next week. But it's important because it's going to be like a little bit stroppy, feely energy in between you two. So basically, I'm not saying it's going to be nothing major or anything like that, but just to kind of warn you a little bit. Okay, sorry. And when it comes to those of you, but also what can you do to break this energy, like when it's like a little bit of like a shaky energy in between you two? You can also like maybe like buy something new, surprise your partner, take your partner somewhere, get them a little surprise, because this surprising energy, whatever it is, can actually do a lot. It can improve the situation so much, by the way, because it raises the vibration. You see, this is what you do if you want to work on your relationship. Okay. And also what I was going to say, like for example, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Piscelini, do you know what, at a moment in time when you feel lots of enthusiasm, at the moment in time when you feel like a change, at the moment in time when you feel like you want to reverse the changes in your life that are bringing you down, that are making you feel negative, that are making you feel bored, that are making your life feel boring, this is all going to lead towards your rebirth, a regeneration, okay? And that is going to be a readjustment as well, and that is going to be an important moment in time, because this is also going to make you to make a certain decision, and decision that you're going to make is going to make you to be the part of the group of people and part of the some kind of like somewhere you're going to be where you wouldn't normally be, and that is going to be incredible moment in time, because you're not going to meet that person this week, but that area where you're going to be, the people that you're going to be surrounded by, this energy is going to be so much connected to that particular person that it's about to walk into your life. So at the moment in time when you're going through your own personal readjustment and rebirth, this is also going to start pathing and creating a way for somebody very special to walk into your life, who you're not going to meet this week, but something very significant is going to happen this week, which is about to bring this person into your life, Piscelini. Okay. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all to bits, okay? I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of healing, love and light to every single one of you. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Love you. Bye.